in his game. He easily gets to third base.
Before Dingler bats, pitching coach will head out. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Atlanta, Washington, they're 2-2 in the bottom of the sixth inning in our nation's capital. James Wood with a solo home run for the Nationals. C.J. Abrams with his seventh. James Wood has hit 10.
Yeah, he's got hot lately.
Wait, what?
He started off really poorly, too.
My goodness.
He's been on an absolute heater lately, too.
James Wood has 10 home runs.
Abrams, an Atlanta kid, went to the same high school Jahmai Jones did.
31 home runs last year and 600 at-bats. And he's got 10 in 100 at-bats this year.
In like 7 or 8 lately.
Wow. Conversation over. Dingler at the plate. First pitch, sinker, a little bit low. 1 for 2 for Dillon today. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Tigers. 1 run, 4 hits for the Brewers. 2 in the first inning on a green home run. Tigers really haven't threatened since. The 1-0. Tap foul. It's a good changeup. Action down right at the plate. Strong start this year. Heck, it's been a strong 3-year run now. Coming back from injury, 28 innings, low ERA, low walks, high strikeouts 2 years ago. 67 innings of work at 2.16 ERA, same low walks, high strikeouts. The 1-1, soft ground ball to second base. Flip to second one. Ortiz relay to first. Not in time. That'll produce a run for the Tigers. You wondered if it was hit hard enough for the Brewers to turn 2, and it was not. Dingler gets down that line well enough. Colt Key scores 3-1 Tigers.
Yeah, nice job by Ding right there. He saw he didn't hit it that well. He had to get out of the box and get going. He sniffed it out. He was hustling down the line. He got there. Slow developing play, and it worked out for Dylan Dingler and the Tigers.
Matt Vierling now will pinch hit for Carpenter with the lefty Ashby on the mound. Catcher Sanchez will go out and have a quick word with him. A couple more scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio scoreboard. Brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Philadelphia 1-0 over the Cubs. The Phillies. Bobby, you didn't tell me the Phillies have lost 8 straight.
Hey, Dan.
I looked up this morning like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They were 8-8. They're 8-16. They've got a 1-0 lead against the Cubs in the second. But, man, that's out of nowhere. Stunning 8-game losing streak. Mets ended their 12-game losing streak. A long national nightmare is over. Mets have won a game. Vierling takes a strike. 12-game losing streak is not a good sign. Oof. And it's usually a sign that maybe you don't have a championship team. Strike 1. Sinker misses. 1-1 on Matt Vierling. Putting together some good at-bats, certainly in Boston. Got the start in game 1 in the cleanup spot. He had a 2-run double plus a walk. Upright, relaxed stance, kind of just sinks into his legs a little bit, holds the bat upright, the hands below the right shoulder. Curveball down on in, he got a piece of it, fouled it off right at home plate at the feet of Sanchez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everything else coming up later today. Kind of a limited schedule in baseball. San Diego keeping pace with the Dodgers. They are tied. The National League West lead. They'll be in Colorado tonight. 16-8 with the Padres and Dodgers. The 1-2. Good take. Curveball down. 2-2.
It sure was. Tried to back foot Matt right there. He sniffed it out very early, took it confidently.
Yankees tried to sweep Boston. They've taken the first 2 at Fenway. Yankees off to a 15-9 start to lead the East. The 2-2. Bounced in front of home plate. Sanchez will try to back pick it first. Dingler goes back with the head first slide. 3-2 now on Vierling. Ashby lefty works way over on the third base side of the rubber. Play behind Dingler, who will be off with the pitcher, and Hefo playing behind him. Dingler takes off, 3-2 pitch up and away. Walked him. Not really close. Kind of an odd mix of numbers for a guy who's been so consistent the last 2 years. Ashby has issued a lot of walks. He's getting a little more swing and miss. 24 strikeouts in 15 innings of work. And that's going to be the end of his day as Pat Murphy, after the minimum 3 batters, heads out to the mound. Tigers have produced a run. They've got a 3-1 lead. They're trying to add on with 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Oh, dude.
And while the Brewers make the change, we'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Mark.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA. Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Financial stress affects the majority of Americans. It's one of the leading sources of conflict for couples, often causing anxiety and even sleep disruption, especially during tax season. Finding the right type of support can help. Therapy can provide the tools you need to navigate the emotional weight of financial stress and manage uncertainty with more confidence. See if therapy's for you. Visit BetterHelp.com/Let's Begin for 10% off. That's BetterHelp.com/Let's Begin.
This NBA season, every shot you take with Fanatic Sportsbook puts points on the board. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet misses, you're still scoring fan cash, which unlocks exclusive rewards like authentic apparel, game tickets, and meeting legends at Fanatic's events. Make the switch and turn every bet into a bucket with Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
All right, Moran Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 selling Chevy dealer. 2 years in a row. Spring is here. Hopefully a tax refund getting to you.
Hey, Mitty.
Along with other fine retailers across Michigan.
Grant Anderson, we saw in Game 1, he was up throwing in Game 2, didn't come in. Now appears in Game 3, right-hander to face Spencer Torkelson with 2 on and 2 outs, and the Tigers trying to add to a 3-1 lead.
And in Game 1, he threw 2 innings. Gave up a hit, struck 1 batter out, no runs though.
Righty has always been tough on righties. He's just crushing righties so far. This
Thanks, brother.
basically a side armor sweeper. Caught the inside corner, backed up on the front door, strike 1.
Yeah, he is a side armor. 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, sweeper, and changeup. He loves that sweeper. That's his favorite off-speed pitch.
Shuts down righties every year. So far, they're just 6 for 30 against him this year. Torque takes his sweeper away.
Torque, really stay focused here in that right center field gap. Keep that front side in. Don't get out of the way when you fire the back side to it.
1-1. Sweeper again on the front door. Think he's trying to throw it there?
That one, no. That absolutely not. That's right now. That's the one pitch he could probably get to.
Yeah.
But also too, if the Torque was right where he wanted to be, that's the one you see him open up and fire on, hit it in the seats.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss down to a knee. Sharp late breaking sweeper got him. Torque 0 for 3 today. Tigers settle for 1. RBI on the Denver bounce out. Head of the 7th inning. Back to a 2-run lead. Tigers 3-1 over the Brewers after 6. On the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Mark.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Wake up.
From first call to final invoice, ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that automates your entire workflow. Built for visionaries, ready to stop operating and start automating their success. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Hello, this is Greg Brown. Spring is in the air, and so are the savings at Sarah Chevrolet of Southfield. Trade in and trade up with more money for your vehicle, plus an excellent selection waiting just for you. Drive into spring in a brand new 2026 Chevy Silverado for only $199 a month, or go electric with the 2026 Chevy Equinox EV for just $159 a month. Fresh deals, fresh rides, and fresh starts. What are you waiting for? Sarah Chevrolet of Southfield, where spring savings are in full bloom. Together, let's drive.
Looking to upgrade your outdoor space? Builders First Source has you covered. With 4 Metro Detroit locations, we specialize in top quality composite decking, brands you trust like Trex, TimberTech, and AZEK. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or need a certified installer, our expert team will help you build the perfect deck that stands the test of time. Visit one of our locations today in Lapeer, Auburn Hills, Clinton Township, or Shelby Township, and discover why Builders First Source is your go-to for decking, quality, service, and unbeatable value. That's the Builders First Source promise. Search buildersfirstsource.com. In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting your...
Yes, and our home is right here in Detroit.
Seventh inning today is brought to you by Snefcamp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Snefcamp Automotive family is celebrating 100 years. 4 great Michigan locations. For 5-6 hitters, Sanchez, Matos, and Perkins. Against Tarek Skubal, low pitch count, 76 through 6 is really low. Average pitch count would be somewhere in the mid-90s. First pitch strike to Sanchez starts him off for the fastball. Strikeout on a bloop single. Change up, swing and a miss. 10 swings and misses. 7 of them have been on the changeup. Feet close together, upright stance for Sanchez. Changeup away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throws a strike here. It will be 60 strikes and 80 pitches. 75% strike throwing. 1-2. He missed. Changeup floated away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Torres at second. She goes right up the middle. Baez at short. Pulls over toward the hole with McGonigal off the line deep at third. The outfield plays in the pole. Veerling now in center. 2-2. Shot fouled on the third baseline. Wenzel Perez moves to right. Green in left. Veerling in center. Wenzel Perez now in right field. McGonigal, Baez, Torres, and Torkelson from third over to first. Wind up the 2-2. Swing and a foul tip right at home plate. Trickled on the ground behind Dylan Dingler. Sanchez just got a piece of it.
He's going for the back foot slider. Change up down. Sanchez just gets the piece. This is a heater up here, Dan.
Hands tight to the left shoulder as he cocks the bat over. Waggles the bat as he waits the 2-2. Fastball 97 up. Last name Tarek Skubal on a long at bat to start the 7th inning of work. Bullpen begins to stir for the Tigers. Skubal works over on the third base side of the rubber, stands at a slight angle to home plate, glove in front of the face. Waggle the glove step back with the right foot, the big leg swing, and then the drive to home plate. Sanchez swings, pops it up, shallow right center, and that's going to drop perfectly blooms in between Perez, Torres, and Matt Veerling. Bloop singles for Sanchez. 2 bunt singles for the Brewers. The only hard-hit ball of the day. Contreras a double back in the 4th. How about that?
I was wondering if that's the only blue dot I have in my book as well.
We rely on the Bobby Blue Dot.
The blue dot, top left corner of your frame there.
Bunt attempt and a power bunt off the bat of Luis Matos over the screen behind home plate at 220. Last year Matos did. He's got a little bit of pop. Strike 1. Fastball strike, 96, painted down and away. Traded from San Francisco. Cash deal. Right at the end of spring training. 3-1 Tigers with the lead, 7th inning, the 0-2. Ground ball softly into right field for a base hit. My goodness. Changeup down and away, and he just took it into right. Sanchez has to stop at second. What was that, 50 off the bat?
82.
Jeez. So a bloop single, soft ground ball single. Credit to Matos. That pitch is getting a lot of swing and miss. It's a contact hitter, and he just took it into right.
Well off the plate. He's trying to do nothing more with that pitch than exactly what he did.
Now Tigers will pinch in, looking for the bunt from Perkins. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball up and in, riding at 96. Perkins has popped out and grounded out to McGonigal at third. Baez is going to hang by Sanchez at second base. Sanchez is station to station on the base paths. So whatever speed Matos has at first is negated by the guy ahead of him. The strike one. Bunt attempt, and he did not look comfortable bunting that sinker. Bunted it into the Milwaukee dugout.
Well, that's 97 in. First and second here. Oh, son of a fucking bitch. At third base. Torkelson's in on the grass at first. This bunt's got to go down to third base line. God damn it. It's got to be a good one, too. Sanchez can't run at all. If you bunt it hard at McGonigal, he's got to make the play.
No balls, 2 strikes on Perkins. The 0-2. Check swing. Fastball up. Appeal to first. Dexter Kelly says he did not go. Bolton getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. He's a guy who's going to make you throw him a strike. He doesn't chase much. There's also some swing and miss in his bat. 1-2. Swinging a little slicing foul down the right field line. 3-1. Tigers with the lead. Top of the 7th. Scooble on the mound with the lead. A bloop single and a soft ground ball single. A nice piece of hitting, really, by Luis Matos. Can Scooble get out of another jam with a ground ball double play? The 1-2. Change up. This is down.
That's a pretty good take right there by Perkins. That was a filthy change up over the plate down. Just down, too.
Perkins has got good speed. Not an easy guy to double up. 2-2. Swing. It off the end of the bat. 8-pitch battle between Sanchez and Scooble to start the inning. Ended in a bloop single. Matos, soft ground ball single into right field on the second pitch of the at-bat. Now this at-bat will go at least 6 pitches for Perkins. Another big 2-2 pitch from Scooble on the way. Nope, he steps off. Double play, turn behind him last inning to get out of a first and third 1-out jam. Perkins going to have to hit it hard at somebody. The 2-2, line drive, base hit down the left field line. That's going to score at least 1 run. Rounding second, heading to third is Matos. Up with the ball, Riley Green. They're waving him home, and he's going to score. Throw from the outfield, not near. For Blake Perkins. Ties the game at 3.
Perkins got his fastball up, 97. He just got the barrel moving. He just beat Terry Scooble to the spot.
That will be the end of the day. Rare end of the day that ends Terry Scooble unable to retire a batter in his final inning of work, in this case, the 7th. Nice hand for him. It was a brilliant first 6 innings, and then bloop, bleeder, and then a shot. Tigers run their bullpens on. Holton's coming on. Game's tied at 3. This is the home of the Tigers baseball presented by Meyer.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Financial stress affects the majority of Americans. It's one of the leading sources of conflict for couples.
often causing anxiety and even sleep disruption, especially during tax season. Finding the right type of support can help. BetterHelp Online Therapy can provide the tools you need to navigate the emotional weight of financial stress and manage uncertainty with more confidence. See if therapy's for you. Visit betterhelp.com/letsbegin for 10% off. That's betterhelp.com/letsbegin.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA. Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
This NBA season, every shot you take with Fanatic Sportsbook puts points on the board. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet misses, you're still scoring fan cash, which unlocks exclusive rewards like authentic apparel, game tickets, and meeting legends at Fanatics events. Make the switch and turn every bet into a bucket with Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus.
Pitching changed much by your Southeast Michigan Fortiners. Think Ford first. And the amount of hard contact in this game, I mean, 2 Bobby hard hit balls, 24 batters.
That's it.
And Terry Schugel couldn't get the out he needed in the 7th. His day is done. Tyler Holton takes over on the mound. 11th appearance of the year for Tyler. He's had some command issues. The oddity is a pretty good strike thrower. 6 walks so far in 10 innings, and all have been 4-pitch walks. Luis Rengifo takes strike 1.
Yeah, cutter 2 fastballs, both the 2 and 4-seamer. Change-up sweeper, occasional curveball. Tyler Hope looked for that cutter both sides of the plate.
Strike 1. Change up high and outside. Rengifo. And a little bit better from the right side, steadier, more consistent from the left side with solid production. When he's good from the right side, he is very good. For average, a little bit of pop. 1-1. Soft ground ball chopped to short. Javi Baez will plant, throw, and bounce the throw. Great scoop. Nice bench from Torkelson. My goodness. That was not an easy scoop. Perkins has to hold at second, 1 out of the 7th. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers radio network. Numbers so far for Tyler, he's given up 4 runs, 9 hits, 6 walks, and 8 strikeouts in his 10 innings of work. Gave up a few runs his last time out. The finale in Boston gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. And you have to say, there was some hard contact in that outing. 1-0 to Ortiz. Cutter up and in, and it's 2-0. Joey Ortiz hitting 180 coming in. Great first year with Milwaukee, but the numbers fell off rather sharply last year in production. Right hit it better. Upright, relaxed stance. Tucks the left shoulder in as he cocks the bat over the right. Fastball up and away. 3-0 on Ortiz.
It seems like a lot of arm side misses from Tyler, too. I mean, fastball or that cutter. He likes to go that first base side of home plate.
Torres keeping an eye on Perkins, who again, he can fly at second base. Forcing fastball middle for a called strike. Ortiz struck out, grounded out. Against the starter, Terry Schugel. Much better against lefties. Righties really shut him down last year. What production he had last year. It's against lefties, 280 with a little bit of extra base power. Outfield plays him almost straight up. They shift to the right a little bit. He did left, nearly in center. So Perez and right. 3-1. Shot, pass to diving Javi Baez into left. Perkins had to hold to make sure that ball got by Baez. The throw comes into the infield, bounces off of Torkelson, but he'll track it down near the third base line. And that was a bullet. And the fortunate part was that Perkins had to hold Otherwise, he trots home.
Yeah, another one, cutter middle. That's his pitch. His ability over the last few years to get into edges almost all the time. That was middle. First and third here with one out, 7.
Brings up David Hamilton. The aggressive hitter. He's had a good series. Lined out against Scoobel. Left on left. One single today. Reached with 4 hits in game 1. Check swing and a sweeper. Went too far. Strike 1. Some swing and miss in this bat, too. That's not really Tyler Holton's strength. Done an excellent job stranding inherited runners. Sweeper in the dirt. Tigers charging from the corners. And 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hamilton short enough to bunt right there. Get that safety squeeze in that channel between first and second.
The 1-1 from Holton. Ground ball, base hit in the left. Pass to drawn in Kevin McGonigal. And the Brewers take a 4-3 lead. That run will be charged to Derek Scoobel. Sharp single, and now just a ground ball in the right spot. Brewers have scored 3 in the 7th.
Those holes are opened up, Dan, because of how proficient this team is, especially David Hamilton at running the baseball. Kevin McGonigal has to play it to respect it. When you do that, you're changing the angles, you're limiting your range. That was a 2-hop ground ball. That made that particular ball make it through anyway, even if he's playing a more traditional third base. But you certainly like his chances of catching it if he's back. But he hadn't planned to respect the bunt.
Chris Fetter out to the mound. Have a quick word with Tyler Holton. Ground ball, sharp line drive single, and the ground ball single RBI. 4-3 Brewers with 3 here in the 7th inning. That completes the final line for Derek Scoobel. He was responsible for that runner, so it goes 6 innings plus 3 batters, 4 runs, all earned on 7 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. 94 pitches, 71 strikes. This is what a high contact team can do.
Yeah.
Just put the ball in play. There was almost no hard contact. Blue single, seeing eye bleeder, and a double got him out of this game today. Final line is brought to you by Figer Law. First pitch to Brandon Lockridge, right-handed batter, ball 1. Tigers still pinch in at the corners to 1-0. Change up. Again, this is probably the biggest factor for me, at least, Bobby, for Tyler Holton. Just the strike throwing's way off so far.
It's definitely been off. It's not as automatic as it has been in years past.
First pitch strikes way down, total strikes way down. That leads to harder contact, more consistent swings. Cutter strikes, still the hitters count for Brandon Lockridge, 2-1. Such a valuable part of this bullpen the last 3 years. The 2-1. Rushing fastball misses high and tight. Tease the runner at second. Hamilton can just flat out fly. He's at first. Ortiz runs well too. Big pitch, the 3-1. Cutter down and away, called a strike. Challenged by Lockridge. And it was a strike. Three balls, 2 strikes. Can Tyler Holton get the ground ball right here? Two away, walked him. Single walk, and now big trouble for Tyler Holton. Bert Smith up and warming in that Tigers bullpen. Recently turned 36-year-old who's back in the major leagues. The last cuts of spring training. Bryce Terang batting. Shot to first base. Torkelson will come home. Diggler returns throw to first. Nicely done. Very nicely done. 3-2-3. Inning double play on the Meta Price Charade. 3 runs for the Brewers. 7th inning stretch time. Brought to you by DTE. Score energy savings this season. Manage your energy bill when you visit DTEenergy.com/save energy. 4-3 Brewers. At the stretch, this is the home of Detroit.
Hey, the Navy JVs, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for the follow.
Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA. Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Financial stress affects the majority of Americans. It's one of the leading sources of conflict for couples, often causing anxiety and even sleep disruption, especially during tax season. Finding the right type of support can help. Therapy can provide the tools you need to navigate the emotional weight of financial stress and manage uncertainty with more confidence. See if therapy's for you. Visit betterhelp.com/letsbegin for 10% off. That's betterhelp.com/letsbegin.
This is Thad Zott with Zott Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and DealsOnTheD.com.
Right now, lease a new Grand Cherokee 4XE for the low payment of $349, or a new Wrangler for just $299.
DealsOnTheD.com. Get there!
See dealer for details.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network.
This game brought to you by Corwell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle, fight any battle. 4-3 Brewers, bottom of the 7th inning. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form in the accounts and descriptions of this game. Not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Trevor McGill, sometimes closer, sometimes brought in earlier innings in the right spot for manager Pat Murphy, takes the mound to face 8-9-1 in the bottom of the 7th. This guy's tough. I know he's had some struggles this year, Bobby, but he's been good the last couple of years, and it sure looked good the other night.
He sure did. Game 1 of the series.
Wow.
Tossed a scoreless frame, struck out 1. Big fastball, 97 miles an hour, four-seamer, nasty overhand curveball.
Strike 1. Wenzel Perez pops it up, foul, and down below us to our right. 4-3 Brewers. They've just scored 3, and it's a good back end of the bullpen for the Milwaukee Brewers. Every year they put together good rotation, a good bullpen. They have won the Central 4 of the last 5 full seasons because of their run prevention. So consistent. Ground ball softly to second base. Terang has a knee-high bounce, a step to his right. Little bobble, but he flips it over to first. You get Wenzel easily. Soft ground ball. 1 up, 1 down, 7th inning. It's interesting that he's not being used. Now, the other night it felt like he was being brought in for a specific part of the lineup in a key situation. And in this game, kind of surprising that he is on to face the 8-9-1 hitters. Because this team has the best arm out of that bullpen. Uncle Kurt for a strike. I would agree with you. Does have 4 saves this year. He had a couple of rough outings, but he was still used in the closer's role after those outings. Now he's being used in the 7th inning 2 days in a row, or 2 games in a row. Ground ball to third base. Hamilton fields and fires to Rengifo. 2 up and 2 down. Tigers down a run. Numbers from McGill coming in and giving up 9 runs on 9 hits with 4 walks and 9 strikeouts in 7 innings of work. So obviously, ugly numbers, but But the last 2 years, 270, 250 ERA, low walks, high strikeouts. As Bobby said, that curveball paired with a fastball, knuckle curve misses ball one on Kevin McGonigal.
It's a high arm angle, Dan, and he drives that fastball down. So when he goes up with it, he can planes out.
Fastball up, McGonigal lays off. Such discipline up. Yeah, well, everywhere, really. Breaking balls down, he lays off. Fastballs up, he lays off. Big guy, 6'8", 240. Works from the stretch at all times. And when he sets, it's a very close stance. He's pointing his left toe of his left foot out towards left field. Ground ball softened to the right side. Fielded by Rengifo. He'll cross the bag with his right foot. That's as easy as it gets. 3 balls put in play, 3 weak ground balls. We played 7, 4-3 Brewers. The Detroit Tigers.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Wake up. Spring is here. Make sure your home is ready for the heat. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical has you covered with a $79 AC tune-up and free on check when you mention this ad. Thinking about an upgrade? Buy a new furnace or AC and get half off installation. Plus, enjoy same-day service and 24/7 emergency availability. All work is backed by a 5-year warranty with flexible financing options to fit your budget. Stay comfortable year-round. Visit MastercraftHeating.com today.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA. Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Financial stress affects the majority of Americans. It's one of the leading sources of conflict for couples, often causing anxiety and even sleep disruption, especially during tax season. Finding the right type of support can help. Therapy can provide the tools you need to navigate the emotional weight of financial stress and manage uncertainty with more confidence. See if therapy's for you. Visit BetterHelp.com/let'sbegin.
NorthvilleLumber.com.
Eighth inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor. 4-3 Brewers. Birch Smith pitched well in spring training. St. James had a tough cut at the end of spring training. In the major league sports of 6 years, going all the way back to his debut in 2013. He's been overseas in recent years, last couple of years with Baltimore and Miami. Ground ball to short on the first pitch. He throws back in the major leagues for the first time since 2024. Routine ground ball to short by as fields and flips. William Contreras. 1 pitch, 1 out for Gary Sanchez. Just look at the numbers. You're not going to be impressed. Parts of 6 seasons, all as a reliever outside of a handful of starts. 240 innings, and Birch Smith has been fairly hittable. But this is what the Tigers do. They try to say, okay, we know that, but what does he have? What can we work with? And they like the changes that he has made in his game, Bobby. Sanchez takes a curveball for a strike.
Yeah, good curveball right there from Smith. Forcing fastball, cutter, curveball. He's got a sweeper and a changeup. The idea is to throw that changeup a little bit more than he has in the past.
Curveball again. Tight curveball at 84. You have a mid-80s curveball that you can get over the plate. It's one of the toughest pitches to hit in the game.
So we've seen thus far, good line and bite to him. 12-6 in nature.
Sanchez feet close together, waiting on a 1-2. Fastball 96 up. So you definitely got something to work with. 96 mile an hour fastball. Works extreme first base center of the rubber, very tight delivery. Compact motion. Sanchez fouls cutter out of play. The cutter's at 87. 2-2. Oh, man. Cutter just missed. I was waiting for Gabe Morales. It looked like he was going to stand up and ring him up. But
wanted to, didn't he?
He did.
A little flinch there. Okay, keep going. Just off. Good call.
3-2. Swinging a high fly ball center field. Yearling will go back. Stop. Turn to make the catch. 2 up and 2 down. Bert Smith had an injury short the season last year in Pittsburgh's farm system. And again, Tigers signed him in the offseason, like what they saw in the spring. Down at Toledo, 10 innings of work with 16 strikeouts. Manuel De Jesus, if you missed it the other day, got set down, gave up 7 runs in an inning and 2/3. They'll go kind of fill the same long relief, long and short, down at Toledo. Baseball on the outside edge for a called strike to Garrett Mitchell. Started the first 2 games. His infield routine ground ball single that he turned into a hit. Routine ground ball that he turned into a hit. Started a 3-run rally in the second inning, and right away we got to look at how the Brewers win games. Routine ground ball, he beat it out with his speed. Lefty waiting the 1-1. Fastball locates perfectly down and away.
The pitch right there. Yes, it will. Anywhere on the planet. You're able to locate your fastball down, either glove side or arm side. You got a chance to be successful.
Wind up the 1-2. Change up misses down and in, so we've seen 4 pitches already. Cutter, change up, curveball, and a fastball that's riding at 96. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Wow. 97 on the fastball. Mitchell pinch hitting wiped out by Bert Smith. First inning back in the major leagues in 2 years is a good one. We hit at the bottom of the 8th inning. Brewers hold on to a 4-3 lead. This is the home Detroit Tigers baseball.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Away, Cup. Spring is here. Make sure your home is ready for the heat. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical has you covered with a $79 AC tune-up and free on check when you mention this ad. Thinking about an upgrade? Buy a new furnace or AC and get half off installation. Plus, enjoy same-day service and 24/7 emergency availability. All work is backed by a 5-year warranty with flexible financing options to fit your budget. Stay comfortable year-round. Visit MastercraftHeating.com today.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA. Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Financial stress affects the majority of Americans. It's one of the leading sources of conflict for couples, often causing anxiety and even sleep disruption, especially during tax season. Finding the right type of support can help. BetterHelp Online Therapy can provide the tools you need to navigate the emotional weight of financial stress and manage uncertainty with more confidence. See if therapy's for you. Visit BetterHelp.
Is it your home for Detroit sports in Vegas?
Hardest working player by taking by Carhartt, proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball and all the hardworking people who make it possible. Hard. I'm going to save this for the hero we're about to witness in these last innings. Angel Zerpa on the mound, a lefty, one of 3 lefties out of the bullpen. First pitch, 96-mile-an-hour fastball to Gleyber Torres, high ball 1. Now 1-0, 96-mile-an-hour sinker for a strike, 1-1.
Been a little while since Surface popped out of that bullpen, almost a week. Last time out, 17th against the Marlins. Through an inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout, 1 walk.
1-1, sinker, 96, middle.
Good arm from Zerpa. Sinker 90, 95, 96 usually. Slider changeup. There's a four-seamer doesn't throw hardly off at all.
The 1-2. Swinging a foul out of play. He's just pounding him with sinkers. Labor just flicked his bat to waste his sinker away. 11 innings with his new team, traded from Kansas City in the offseason. He's given up 7 runs on 14 hits early. 1-2. Fastball up. Together some solid seasons with Kansas City. Always a little more hittable than you would think, given the arm that we see. It's a live arm. He's given up more hits than innings pitched each of the last 2 years. Before this 2-2 pitch to Gleyber Torres, Gary Sanchez wants to go out to have a word. Righties definitely have the edge against him, and it's getting worse. Numbers keep climbing in his career. Righties have hit almost 290 with solid power numbers. He shuts down lefties. Tigers have had some success against him. In a Royals uniform, the 2-2. High and away. They've seen him in 14 games across the years in a Royals uniform. He's given him 7 runs in 13 innings on 14 hits. Tigers will take a leadoff walk right here. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Wow. That was just here. I'm going to challenge you with a fastball, and a good fastball hitter swings and misses.
That sinker from Zerpa has some good action on it. He threw it in right on that inside edge and then it ran back over the plate. Because of the sinking action, not just the horizontal run, but the sinking action. Labor swings over the top.
Ty Jones will pinch hit for Cole Keith. First pitch slider. At the back right knee, not down at the right foot. Misses in, ball 1. Nice putting together a string of really good at-bats. The 1-0. Ball foul down the third baseline. Ball 1 strike. Riley Green is waiting on deck. Tigers jumped on top with 2 runs in the first inning. Milwaukee scored in the 4th. Tigers back to a 2-run lead with a run in the 6th. 1-1. Fastball up and away. Terry School really was cruising. He didn't get hit hard, but he couldn't retire any of the first 3 batters in the 7th, and that's when he came out. Bloop single, soft ground ball single, and then a line drive double tied the game, and then that runner scored. The 2-1. Sinker feels like he's got some deception to it because
to my one challenge, he waited too late.
Good thing he didn't. It was in the strike zone.
Yep. See him here. We get a good look on our Detroit Sports Net monitors. Thinks about it. taps his helmet.
I was just saluting.
Yep, game
I was just saluting.
No.
2-2. Slider down. That was funny.
It was.
He made 2 small little movements to the right side of the bill of his batting helmet. No. Gabe Morales was kind of just looking at him like, never mind. Another 3-2 pitch to a Tigers batter from Zerpa. Swinging a soft foul off his foot. Dribbles toward third base. Looks like that's the pitch that he is going to trust. Strike 2 and just challenge you with a sinker.
It's nasty too. There's a little bit of depth to it, but it's 18 inches of horizontal, moving the entire width of the plate, plus some. And the interesting thing about that, Dan, is when you get a guy with a good 2-seamer, whether it's a 2-seamer or it's a true sinker with some sink to it as well, you see it. It's a heater out of his hand. You see it, then all of a sudden you go to fire, and then you realize it's moving. That's the most difficult part about those guys that have that good horizontal run or that sinking action to the fastball.
Ty Jones needs involvement. He fouled that off his front leg, front foot. He's got the protection there, but it never quite covers the foul ball.
He always misses, man. Might as well not wear it.
3-2, swinging a fly ball left field. Way back you go. Fired up to Ty Jones. Points to the bullpen as he rounds second.
Jemai Jones put him to the sword right there. That ball was hammered. He knew it the second he touched it, too.
Love it. Sunflower seed showers. He goes down the line. Wow. I kind of liked it. He kept challenging Tiger hitters with sinkers.
Went to the well one time too often, Dan. That was middle.
It's tougher on lefties. Doesn't really shut them down completely like some hard-throwing lefty relievers. Lefties did hit 3 home runs off of this lefty last year. The 1-1 to Riley Green. Fastball up and away. Riley's locked in right now, Bobby.
Again, we love the results. We love the homers, the doubles, and everything else. The takes. He is checking off pitches he does not want to swing at so early and so comfortable.
2-1. Fastball. Sinker. 96. Good spot away. 2-2. Jones has tied it up. Zerpa works first base out of the rubber, the 2-2. Swing and a foul. Four-seam fastball riding. Well, that's a beautiful swing. Getting a look at the Jones home run. Yeah, he knew.
He knew. Little flip.
Again, the 2-2. Whoa, high and tight. Riley Green prepared to die. That's how you hang in there against lefty.
That's it.
You know you're going to get a slider, but you can't flinch. So that's why you got to hang in there. And then if it's a fastball,
Prepare to die. Duck, get out of the way.
3-2, swinging a foul down the left field line. Sinker, the good battle. You see 7 pitches in that bat. You get a plus next to your name on AJ's scorecard. Hit the ball hard. Get a scorecard. Does the result match the intent? You get a check. The 3-2. Got him. That's his perfect pitch. Fastball. Dylan Diggler can drive the ball, hit it hard somewhere. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. 4-4 game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Diggler spreads out that right-handed batter's box, bends at the waist toward the plate, cocks the bat over the right shoulder as he tucks the left shoulder in. Machine jump down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful day for baseball. So glad to have you along on this Thursday afternoon. 76 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Zerpa, the lefty, the 1-1. Swing line drive, caught at short. Ortiz a step to his left. Pinch hit and home run from Jemai Jones ties the game. We head to the 9th in a 4-4 game. Tigers trying to win this series from the Brewers on the Detroit Tigers.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Wake up. Spring is here. Make sure your home is ready for the heat. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical has you covered with a $79 AC tune-up and free on check when you mention this ad. Thinking about an upgrade? Buy a new furnace or AC and get half off installation. Plus, enjoy same-day service and 24/7 emergency availability. All work is backed by a 5-year warranty with flexible financing options to fit your budget. Stay comfortable year-round. Visit MastercraftHeating.com today.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA. Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Financial stress affects the majority of Americans. It's one of the leading sources of conflict for couples, often causing anxiety and even sleep disruption, especially during tax season. Finding the right type of support can help. BetterHelp Online Therapy can provide the tools you need to navigate the emotional weight of financial stress and manage uncertainty with more confidence. See if therapy is for you. Visit BetterHelp.com.
Identity is brought to you by Comerica Bank. If you want to elevate your small business's game, visit Comerica.com/succeed. To learn how, Jeremiah Jones pinch hit home run in the 8th ties the game. 4-4 as we go to the 9th inning. Sal Freelick will pinch hit. First pitch fastball, strike one. Pinch hitting for Blake Perkins. Third Skubal taking several lefties out of the lineup for manager Pat Murphy today. Now they're working their way back in. Fastball up and away. Mitchell pinch hit last inning. The 1-1. Swing a line drive. Base hit into center. Curveball hung up a little bit. Freelick stayed on it. He's having a tough start. That's a sharp line drive pinch hit single to start the 9th.
Man, good swing by Freelick. It was a hanging breaking ball there. Trying to get that get me over curve in there. It didn't work out.
Freelick's got good speed. It seems like we should just tell you the guys who don't have good
Pretty much.
Freelick's a base stealer, but a hamstring injury last year.
Sorry.
He's only got one steal this year, but keep an eye on him at first. First pitch curveball backdoors Luis Rengifo batting left against the righty, strike one. Torkelson holding with Freelick at first. Baez is right by second base up the middle, and Kevin McGonigal at third is in front of the cutout.
Good to see you, buddy. What happened to my game? And Mitty just dropped in for a minute. He had to go. He was just saying hi.
Step onto the infield grass and he'll creep in a little bit more. Bert Smith, almost extreme first base side of the rubber. Sets, holds glove at the belt. The 1-1. Aaron Eifel bunts it to McGonigal. He'll flip it to first base. Freelick down to second. This is what the Brewers do. They're
All
just
ball.
the best bunting team in baseball. We haven't seen every team, but I think we can safely say this is the best bunting team I've seen in a long time.
A long time. The Rays are playing this way too down in Tampa. You're going to see that they've got a lot of team speed, like Chandler Simpson playing in the outfield for them. But you're right, Dan. This is what they do. They're unrelenting with it. They're going to make you execute.
Man on second. That's a potential go-ahead run for the Brewers. Brings up Joey Ortiz, who is struggling early. Line drive single last time up, and that started the 3-run uprising in the 7th. First pitch, fastball up and in at 94. Ball one.
I'm doing good. Got to run out to Cleveland real quick.
Not an automatic like some guys are to score from second.
They got a new housing bill. I got to go first to the outpatient office, give someone a laptop, and then I'm going to me and one of the directors are going to go over to a new housing area they just purchased. They want to set it up for internet and stuff.
Right around 3.5 3.5. The strikeout rate a little over 8 per 9. The 2-0. Fastball felt for a called strike. 2-1. This is a big batter for him again. This is a very pitchable hitter at this moment. He's had a rough year last year, and he's off to a rough start this year. Got good speed, tough guy. In a double play situation, a double up, it's not that right now. Cutter misses low, and it's now 3-1, but you can tell him what to fall behind. He's very aggressive. Want to challenge him.
Yeah, the Yankees are better than the Mets.
There's no power in this bat. He hasn't hit since the beginning of last year. Very aggressive, doesn't draw walks. Good bat to ball.
That's pretty wrong. Mets have been on a losing streak since their mascots shook hands with Mondani. They might have won one. I know they were like 11-game losing streak.
It'll be the end of the day for Bert Smith. A.J. Hinch pops out of the dugout. A couple of men on, 1 out, 9th inning in a 4-4.
Herder's coming in.
Tied it. Brent Herder's going to be coming on. 2 on, 1 out in a 4-4 game in the 9th. We'll pause for these words of the Detroit Tigers.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Wake up. Spring is here. Make sure your home is ready for the heat. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical has you covered with a $79 AC2.
The lady's plate said Mud Woman. I wonder what that means.
Thinking about an upgrade? Buy a new furnace or AC and get half off installation. Plus, enjoy same-day service and 24/7 emergency availability. All work is backed by a 5-year warranty with flexible financing options to fit your budget. Stay comfortable year-round. Visit MastercraftHeating.com today.
Financial stress affects the majority of Americans. It's one of the leading sources of conflict for couples, often causing anxiety and even sleep disruption, especially during tax season.
Yeah.
Finding the right type of support can help. BetterHelp Online Therapy can provide the tools you need to navigate the emotional weight of financial stress and manage uncertainty with more confidence. See if therapy's for you. Visit BetterHelp.com/letsbegin for 10% off. That's BetterHelp.com/letsbegin.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Erno Less Lethal. Erno Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety.
It's 82 here.
Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today.
At least that's what my car's saying. 80 on the
Brent Herder takes over on the mound, and he inherits a jam. 2 on, 1 out. Just tied it up on a Jahmai Jones home run. This is where you look for that shutdown inning. Bert Smith gave up a single and a walk. David Hamilton, who's had a lot of good at-bats in this series, 4 hits in game 1, drew a walk yesterday, a bunt single, and a ground ball single today. Steps to the plate, left on left. Lefties have really given him trouble through the year. His first pitch, swinging a tap foul on home plate. But we've seen him hang in there against lefties.
And he has. I mean, he's just a guy. He knows who he is. There's not a lot of power. There's virtually no power in the bat. But he knows he can make contact and he can lump the ball, move the ball around the base.
Thanks for the follow there, OB42.
Infield backed. Baez kind of hanging by Freelick at second base. Kind of goes in tight at third to guard against the bunt.
OBI.
Sweeper on the front door misses from Brent Herder.
That's what you're going to get from Brent Herder. Sinker, sweeper, about 90% of the time, just over. The rest of it, change up, 4-seam, under 10, just over 10%.
The 3 runs on 7 hits in 9 innings so far. Sweeper away. They went about 10 days without any word, just a third of an inning. Really needed that outing. 2 and 2.
Forgot about another hour drive.
Strike throwing. Trying to dial that back in like he did 2 years ago. The 2-1. Ground ball chopped up the middle. That's where Baez is. He'll field step on second, throw to first. You don't double up David Hamilton very often, but you can on a ground ball like that. Perfectly to Javi Baez. Inning-ending double play. Tigers bat in the bottom of the 9th inning trying to walk it off against the Brewers. This is the home.
Do it.
All right, Branch Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 selling Chevy dealer. 2 years in a row. Spring is here. Hopefully a tax refund getting to you. You can lease a 26 Silverado Crew Cab V8 engine. Start at $240. Be ready to haul all the gear for the spring projects in that V8 Silverado.
Got
4 months, $9.99 down.
State trooper ahead of me.
Needs attention. You know where to go. Service department, Stop by on Branch, just north of 15 miles from the township. Branch Chevrolet, where you always get the best price. Chevrolet, together, let's ride.
This every shot take with Fanatic Sportsbook puts points on the board. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet misses, you're still scoring fan cash, which unlocks exclusive rewards like authentic apparel, game tickets, and meeting legends at Fanatics events. Make the switch and turn every bet into a bucket with Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. That's your live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave it on while I'm there. Like I said, I just gotta finish updating this laptop, give it to somebody, then I gotta go run over to their new housing, see what they need to order internet and what other equipment I need to order for it.
Bottom of the ninth inning, after Rebay takes over on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers, he's looking to the closer role for the Ballman. Defensive change. Freeland comes into right field now. So it's Lockridge, Mitchell, Perkins from left over to right. For Abner Rebay, this is his 11th appearance of the year.
Big arm for Rebay hitting that fastball. He'll throw it to two-seamer, sinking fastball.
Well, gotta make that money.
98 miles an hour on average. Simple arsenal, sinker, slider. That's what you're gonna get from a Rebay.
Great year last year for the Brewers. Great year. Injury shortened 2024. Tall, thin righty. Works over on the first base side of the rubber. First pitch is a sinker to Matt Fearling. Low, ball one. Challenge. Challenge from Gary Sanchez. And it was a strike. Matt drew a walk pitch hitting in the 6th inning. The Tigers scored a run to make it 3-1. They lost that lead. 3 runs at the top of the 7th inning for the Brewers. Tigers tied it on a July.
I don't know.
Hit home run in the bottom of the 8th.
They're pretty woke.
Rebay worked very deliberately.
The ownership is.
100-mile-an-hour sinker.
They should, though.
Down and away. Matt Fearling says, "Give me a second here." Steps out. Takes a cut. All right.
That's exactly what that is. Okay, this is what we're dealing with right now. Sinkers at 100.
Ferrang second base, shades up the middle. The outfield shifts to the right on Matt because that's how he likes to go.
Yeah.
It's away, swinging a bit, slider away at 90.
Well, that ownership's pretty woke, too.
McGill's been the closer, and it looks like now he's coming in.
I still call him the Indians.
Innings, and Rebay's got the 9th inning for now.
Looks at this. You can't argue with that. That's a filthy slider. Starts out in 3rd. Not a ton of horizontal break or vertical break for that matter, but just enough. It was late.
Torkelson at the plate. 100-mile-an-hour sinker at the belt for a call strike. Tough on lefties, tough on righties. The problem with him with lefties last year, walked lefties at a higher rate, but he shuts down both. It's low average and low power numbers against. This is an impressive arm with great success last year. Park waiting on a 1-1. Slider down and away. 2-1. 75 innings of work. He gave up just 51 hits. Walk rate of 3 and a strikeout rate of 11 per 9. That's 90 strikeouts in 75 innings. And if you're thinking one swing of the bat, it can happen, but not very often. Just 4 home runs. 2 on. Slider high and tight. Torque 0 for 3 today. Home run yesterday was his first. Renzo Perez waiting on deck. 4-4 game in the bottom of the ninth. Tigers trying to take this series from the Brewers before heading on the road to Cincinnati and Atlanta. The 3-1. Swinging a line drive left field. It's deep. It's got a chance. And it's gone.
Walk-off home run. Hell yeah.
Spencer Torkelson delivers. And the Tigers walk off the Brewers. Around third. Into the mound seat at home. Throws the helmet and gets the bat. Wow.
Sync her up, Dan. 3-1 count. You knew you were getting a heater.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it. I think I've had
He got that barrel out there and clubbed that bat.
had something similar. I think they have it at IKEA.
There's ever a dude that needed something like that. We talked about it yesterday. He checked in with his first. Number 2.
They have it at a lot of local grocery stores around me, so I'll check it out.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that.
Man, fucking bugs are bad out here. You guys, you can't see it yet, but my windshield's got lots of bugs on it.
Oh, what a great feeling indeed for Spencer Torkelson. Rips it into the seats and left right over the bullpen wall. And the Tigers take 2 out of 3 from the Brewers in dramatic fashion. A pinch hit home run from Jemai Jones in the 8th to tie it. Spencer Torkelson with a line drive home run to win it. Our final score at Comerica Park. The Tigers walk off the Brewers 5.
9-4. Gotta get that ad in.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
All right, let's.
Spring is here. Make sure your home is ready for the heat. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and
biased on the constitutional amendment. That raises a ton of questions in and of itself. Should the Constitution be amended to allow the General Assembly to temporarily adopt new congressional districts to restore fairness in the upcoming elections? By the way, restore fairness. We get 10 seats, you get 1, even though Donald Trump got 46% of the vote. And then resume all future redistricting and go back to the current standards after Trump is gone. It's basically the Screw Trump Act. And Puccinelli made the point, the referendum faces massive legal challenges in addition to the one that was just decided. And he said, the 3 of the lawsuits challenged the referendum on procedural grounds, arguing Democratic Party lawmakers did not follow their constitution and the law regarding the timing requirements and legislative steps that were needed to pass the measure, to place the measure even on the ballot. That's number 1. The 4th argument is about how electoral districts were drawn and challenges in terms of the map's requirements. And by the way, that's 90% of Virginians who will be disenfranchised. And tens of millions of dollars were spent to pass the redistricting referendum, and their political action programs were involved in people financing it, all these left-wing groups financing it.
Yeah, they have lots of lingonberries at IKEA.
If you just look at
their food area.
They're supposed to have an interim election as part
you get
of
ice
the
cream,
process.
you can get just the jars
It's
of the
supposed
berries.
to go through not one House of Delegates, but 2 separate and
we did a Viking Christmas dinner a couple years back.
Any of it.
We made a lot of cool
they
dishes.
Just thought they could just ram it through, lie about it. I don't think it's going to hold muster. Anyway, so the Republican National Committee, pointed out the referendum, et cetera. We already have a case in the courts right now, and he said the suit is waiting till after the referendum is over. We'll sue to stop them, and we won that case. We have another one in Fairfax County. But the Virginia court did declare the state's redistricting vote was unconstitutional and a legal win for the Republicans, as we predicted. By the way, my free state of Florida, They may have 4 more Republican seats by the time Ron DeSantis is done. And by the way, if they underestimate Ron DeSantis, they know nothing about Ron DeSantis. He means what he says. That's not an idle threat on his part. So we'll have to wait, watch, and see what happens there. Now, we have all things Simple Man Bill O'Reilly coming up. Oh, on the investigative front, I got to bring this up too. I want to make sure I get this in. It seems like Congresswoman Omar only made a minor accounting error, and I think that everybody's being too tough on her. Linda, you're being too tough on her.
No, you're kidding, because I can't stand that woman.
No, I'm serious. I think you're being hard on her. Anybody, let's be honest. If you've ever done a tax form in your life, anybody could make a little $30 million error. It's a rounding error for her.
Well, it's difficult when you have, 13 different husbands and some of them might be related. It's weird.
How funny is the Southern Poverty Law Center? Haven't they gone after me over the years? They've gone after me many times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently they were, they found these shell corporations and they were feeding money to groups like the Ku Klux Klan, white nationalists, and other extremists. Even one of the organizers of Unite the Right, that Charlottesville case in 2017. And they wanted to keep it alive, so I guess they used it for fundraising. Now they're facing multiple charges, which I find very, very interesting.
I can't wait to see how that turns out.
Oh, I can't wait to see how it turns out, too. I would say the Southern Poverty Law Center's days come to me like they're numbered. All right, 800-941-SEAN is the number if you want to be a part of the program. If you ever receive a notice from the IRS, maybe you owe back taxes or maybe you haven't filed in years gone by, never a good idea. Pay your taxes. I tell everybody, it's not when, it's not if, it's when they're going to find you. And if you're a business owner, you're behind on payroll taxes, remember, they can shut down your business, come after you personally. And the one rule RushTaxResolution.com has given to all of you, my listeners, throughout the decade they've been with us is never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, deal with the IRS on your own. They are the professionals. They do this every day. And many people in my audience over the years, they call Rush Tax Resolution. Their tax nightmares are over. Their anxiety is gone. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They are the only company that I trust and recommend. If you have issues with the IRS, they will give you a free IRS transcript investigation, and they'll give you that upfront and for free. And they'll tell you upfront and for free if they can help you. And the best part, they'll only take your case if they know that they can help you. Call now, 877-554-RUSH, 877-554-RUSH, or it's on the web, one word, RushTaxResolution.com. Bold, inspired solutions for America. This is the Sean Hannity Show.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4181. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews.
You can say fucking.
A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer.
I'll say it in the chat. I was showing examples of stuff in the chat after you left. I mean, I was getting raunchy in there just to see if I could get it to trigger, and everything was publishing.
Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people. So when I ask, what is Odoo? What comes to mind?
I'm not sure what was happening.
Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. But then again, You could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. I mean, whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So
I'm sure he'll be okay.
Odoo? Well, I guess Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is fertilizer magic beanstalk building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it. Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Investors and stock traders, listen up. Remember me?
It's okay. I understand what you're
Carnivore Trading here. You've seen me on Fox Business as an expert trader for several years. Hey, to achieve 20, 30, or 50%.
Well, if there's moderation, it shouldn't matter who's saying it.
You have got to know the right sectors and stocks to be in. Carnivore's short-term trading account has turned in triple-digit returns year after year. That's right, over 100% a year consistently. Our members simply trade our instant trade alerts in real time right alongside us. And now, with Carnivore Trading's new Direct Access program, we are live streaming direct from the Carnivore Trading desk to your phone or desktop. This is how trading services should be. Stop listening to people that don't make you money. Start trading with Will.
I was saying things like, there better not be no fucking Nazi bullshit platform moderation going on in this chat. Went across perfect.
Advice makes no guarantees and does not manage your money. Historical performance is no guarantee of future results. The stock market involves risk, so invest wisely. What would it feel like to give yourself the gift of discovery? Solo travel can be transformative, and Colette makes it effortless. For over a century, they've crafted guided tours that balance independence with connection, ideal for solo adventurers. And here's the best part. Solo travelers can now save up to $1,000 on select small group tours and departures. Travel knowing your journey was designed by in-destination experts who love travel as much as you do. Imagine the thrill of an African safari, the magic of Australia and New Zealand, the northern lights in Alaska or Finland, or savoring Europe's timeless charm. Every detail is handled, so you can focus on what matters, your experience. Visit GoCollect.com/serious to learn more about solo travel and use code SOLO26 to save big on your next dream destination. That's GoCollette.com/serious.
I don't care. Well, I want to be on Facebook. Studio's supposed to be able to restream to it, but it hasn't been working. Both Facebook and X. Everybody says, just reconnect it. I've done it a million times. And I don't know why it won't work. But I can stream individually with the apps, which is crazy, you know? And it doesn't matter whether it's mobile or desktop. It won't connect to with my account for some reason.
There's still one place showing real stories, real news, live. Reels Plus, home to America's #1 cable entertainment program, on Patrol Live, capturing police in real time across the U.S., plus thousands of hours of true crime, policing, and celebrity stories. So escape the fake and choose what's real. Subscribe now for just $4.99 per month and get a free 7-day trial at ReelsPlus.com. That's Reels with a Z, or anywhere you get your streaming apps.
And I'm excited. My dad passed away at the age of 63. He was in great health. It's out of nowhere. I stroke. And super hard, obviously.
It's been over a year since I've been able to do that for some reason. Used to work every time. Now I just send, usually I'll send a link over to X, singing live, rumbling, which is what I should be doing anyway, really. I mean, since I've been doing a bunch of shorts, man, I've been gaining followers like crazy. I'm up over 700 now, so like every day I get followers added. So I've had 2 since I started the stream. So there's a cop up ahead, but I don't see him.
Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/.
Must have been at this turnaround earlier.
Ethos.com/Slayer.
Oil isn't the only resource hit hard by global events. American
farmers are
sounding the alarm by fertilizer prices at planting season. Will this disrupt our food supply? Raising prices cause shortages? I'm not waiting to find out, but neither should you. Go to mypatriotsupply.com, get a 3-month emergency food supply. They'll include $200 worth of extra survival protein absolutely free. After serving more than 3 million American families since 2008, you can trust mypatriotsupply.com. Go to mypatriotsupply.com. That all men are created equal, but they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. But among these are life, liberty.
I need to get caught up on my shorts, so I've got a bunch of videos downloaded. I just need to edit real quick. Throw up. I'll get it done before the end of the month, so I have at least 30. I think I'm around 15 now, but 10, something like that.
Active shooter seen at the Mall of Louisiana today in Baton Rouge. Police cars and officers gathered outside the mall. The J.C. Penney visible inside the building. The 6 victims rushed to a local hospital. Governor Jeff Landry says he and his wife are grateful for a quick response by police. There's a new shoot-and-kill order from President Trump.
President Donald Trump has ordered the U.S. military to shoot and kill small Iranian boats that deploy mines to trip traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. Trump's post on social media comes after the U.S. military seized another tanker associated with the smuggling of Iranian oil, ratcheting up a standoff with Tehran. Trump also wrote that, quote, there is to be no hesitation, while adding that the U.S. military is intensifying mine-clearing operations. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey says a chemical leak at a West Virginia plant yesterday killed 2 people and injured about 30 others, including 7 ambulance workers who responded.
You know that the first responders,
I'd like to see
the fire. They put the
sources on that.
Way, and we know that a number of
the papers on it.
was checked in to the health facility to evaluate for health impact. So we're very grateful to these brave men and women and what they do. And they're in our prayers, and we're monitoring the recovery of those transported to our local hospital.
And officials say what they call a chemical release occurred
I
in
beat
West
diesel.
Virginia
I've never heard of that.
recovery business that was in the process of being shut down at the time. On Wall Street, losses were across the board, but not terribly deep. At the closing bell, the Dow was up by 179 points, the Nasdaq down by 219, and the S&P 500 lost 30. More from townhall.com. Advantage Gold, America's #1 precious metals company, is sounding the alarm that a storm is coming and that now is the time to diversify your portfolio.
It just seems odd that it's that far into the middle of the country, you know.
Emergency gold and silver protection kit, valued
You
at
see why people are skeptical of it.
absolutely free for anyone who calls today at 800-900-8000. This kit includes critical information for investors with a retirement account seeking to own physical gold and silver, but want to do it tax and penalty free. Advantage Gold has helped investors protect and secure their wealth with physical gold and silver since 2014. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 and we'll rush your emergency gold and silver kit plus a free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. See how gold and silver can help you protect and secure your wealth with the help of Advantage Gold.
Nice looking party bus / shuttle there.
Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. 3 congressional candidates are now accused of betting on their own elections through the prediction market Kalshi. We'll get more on that from correspondent Bernie Flynn.
On Wednesday, Kalshi said it fined and suspended the men for 5 years. It's the latest case to highlight ongoing concerns about insider trading on prediction markets like Kalshi and Polymarket. The accused include Mark Moran, running as an independent in Virginia, Zeke Enriquez, a former Texas Republican primary candidate, and Matt Clyde, a Democratic state senator in Minnesota.
You can't bet on yourself?
$100 on himself. He was fined $6,200, while Clyde and Enriquez settled for smaller penalties.
That seems weird. Why wouldn't you be able to bet on yourself? As long as you're not betting against yourself.
The electric vehicle maker said it earned $477 million in the quarter. That's up 17% compared to a year ago. You'll find breaking news and analysis at townhall.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't know the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-409-8555. 800-409-8555. Don't wait. Call now. 800-409-8555. 800-409-8555.
Tired of that outdated bath or shower but dread the cost and hassle of a lengthy remodel? Let Jacuzzi Bath Remodel come to the rescue with the perfect bathroom remodel at a price you can afford. Maybe stepping over that high bathtub feels unsafe, or you want to add a beautiful bath your whole family can enjoy. Whether it's a safer, easy entry shower complete with grab bars and a custom seat, to a beautiful spa-like
Not sports betting. These guys are in trouble for, like Kelsey, betting on their own election. No, I get it. It's sports, yeah, because it can throw the odds. But if you're betting on yourself, I guess it's the same thing. But still, it seems silly. Like those odds aren't manipulated constantly anyway.
He said the Israeli government is evil, dude. They're just as evil as Hamas. Yes, killing tens of thousands of people makes you pretty damn evil. It's not how evil is this one versus that one. Hamas, evil. Israeli government, evil.
I'm boldly declaring that we need reparations in this city, and that's why I'm funding it.
Do you still believe in democratic socialism? Do you still think it can be effective?
I believe in it even more than I did the day before, and that's because of the fact that it is focused on the needs of working people.
Freedom is back in style. Welcome to the revolution.
Yeah, we've had it for a long time here too. I don't know. At least that's at the casinos. I think you've been able to do it. Been doing it online for about 4 years here.
Simple man, that can only mean one thing on this radio program. That is all things self-proclaimed simple man. That means all things Bill O'Reilly. All things Bill O'Reilly at BillO'Reilly.com. Mr. O'Reilly, is there any truth to the rumor you were down where I live in Florida and you made no attempt to see me? That you were hanging out with very, very wealthy, rich, famous people. Any truth to that rumor?
I texted you.
You did not text me.
Be there.
I never got a text from you.
I had it, and we could put.
It must be some other Sean in your life.
No. I was there. I gave a nice talk to St. Edward's Church, the Basilica there, and it was beautiful weather. I have to say that. I was in the ocean. Like it, I'm in D.C. now. I'm not having a great time here, but.
Oh, that sucks. You know, you're not going to that correspondence dinner, are you?
Of course I am. I'm the bouncer.
Are you really going? You're really going to that thing? You're going to the nerd prom?
The only reason I've been in a long time is that if anybody gets on a line,
Take care of it.
On radio since 1987. I've been on Fox 30 years. I've never been to one White House Correspondents' Dinner. Fox used to insist that I go, but I always got sick the day before. I never wanted to go, and I'll tell you why. They don't like me, and I don't like them. And I say this with a high degree of confidence, Bill. They don't like you either.
Yeah, but I like the fact they don't like me.
You're a masochist. You can't help yourself.
Yeah, I want to annoy them. So I'll go.
You mean your presence?
Yeah. And, but there is something out on the social media now. O'Reilly issues a stern warning, and it's absolutely true.
Glenn Beck has written some pretty good books, too.
The presidency at that dinner, I will confront them.
By the way, you say that, and there's a predicate for you saying that, and that is, unlike me, you were able to secure interviews with Barack Obama. I'm actually, deep down in my heart, glad I never got one, because it would be very hard for me to do, because I disagree with everything the man stands for, and I think he's a phony and a fraud, but I would have to respect the office. And I think you were able to thread that needle as well as anybody. Compliment alert.
Yeah, we did 3 interviews with him, and they all worked out well, and 2 out of the 3 were the live interviews before the Super Bowl, which are the hardest ones to do, because Barack Obama could do 9 minutes on your socks. I mean, but I had
they've got handlers all around them, like wrapping you like 8 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Nobody tried to do that, but he actually, the president himself, told the guy to get lost. But anyway, you're right. It's very difficult to interview a president who you disagree with without getting into disagreeing with the office, because these people, and I'm sure you noticed that Dan Rather and Sam Donaldson are at the head of the list, sending out a warning that they're going to, the journalists at this thing on Saturday night should forcibly, and that's the word they use, forcibly demonstrate against Donald Trump. Well, what does that mean? And I'll find out what it means. It's going to be U.S. Marshals. I interviewed Janine Pirro last night for the long form that we do. We're doing it live. She's going to be there. Hank Seth is going to be there. Miller. There'll be a lot of people there that are in the Trump camp, but I'm going to basically be on patrol, and I'm bringing my 6'5" son with me. So we're going to have, quite an army there.
I have never been to one in my entire career. I never will go. I don't even get asked to go anymore because everybody knows the answer is no. I'm not going. Don't want to be around them. All right, let me move on to something more substantive. This is a very unique and complicated situation that the president finds himself in. You and I both know, and this audience knows, that the president can wipe out Iranian infrastructure, Harg Island, their entire economy. It probably would take under 15 minutes. That option is on the table. The president's blockade is very successful in spite of fake news. No ship has gotten through. And it is costing the Iranians $400 to $500 million a day. Their economy is breaking, 200% inflation. Their currency is zero. And half their workforce is now out of work. So this is the president's dilemma. He can wipe them out, but it will impact over 90 million people, the Iranian people. And the president, unlike this false caricature of him, actually does have a heart. That option is always on the table. I spoke to him this week. He said, Sean, I can knock him out in when I said 15 minutes, he said I could do it in 5. So that option is there. Now, you've got this power struggle. Revolutionary hardcore, and those are the guys with the guns versus the guys with the suits. They don't even, Pakistani prime minister said they don't even have the ability to communicate. None of them would ever dare get on a phone thinking that they're probably going to die if they do. So the president is trying to somehow thread a needle here without ruining the economy that will not just destroy the regime, it would destroy an opportunity for the Iranian people to get out of from under the tyranny that sadly they've lived under 47 years. Now, on the one hand, they acquiesce to the president's request.
Oh, he's that old.
These 8 women.
Since about
That
70s.
tells me, okay, they kind of half want a deal. But then to get them to bring their term sheet to the president, one that would be acceptable, no nukes, open the Strait of Hormuz, return the nuclear dust. They can't get there because of the intramural fighting. I do not fault the president for having a humanitarian side and a compassionate side, because he's right. The option to wipe him out is there at any moment that he wants it. I want your thoughts.
But it's got to move soon because the worldwide economy is being harmed, which is what the Iranians are hoping for, that there'll be some kind of, not capitulation, but back off because of the countries that are getting hurt. She weighed in for the first time this week, the Chinese leader. That's so I assume that shortly, and I don't have a time, that President Trump is going to have to make some moves because you just can't stalemate it with a looming recession, which is what the Mullahs want. That's how they're fighting. And how long can you go with that? So you're correct that he doesn't want to destroy the society, the Persian society, but I'm not sure what the options are. I think something's got to happen soon.
Quick break, more with All Things Self-Described, Simple Man, All Things Bill O'Reilly, All Things O'Reilly at BillO'Reilly.com as we continue. You've heard me talking about the 6-hour P365, the number one selling concealed carry pistol in America today. More people are carrying firearms. Why? Because there's so much lack of law and order, safety, security in small towns and big cities all across the country. Now, whether your state requires a permit or somewhere that loves freedom, allows for permitless carry, like my free state of Florida, more people are thinking about safety for themselves and their family, their employees than ever before. Sometimes only one option will do, and you need a personal safety security strategy if that, God forbid, moment comes into your life. Now, 6 Hour is my choice. They have a 270-year history of precision craftsmanship, reliability, all made in America. They have brought back American manufacturing. The P365 is made in the Live Free or Die state of New Hampshire. As a matter of fact, they are the largest manufacturer in the state, nearly 4,000 employees, half of them former military. The P365 is the most popular, best-selling concealed carry pistol on the market today. It's the one I carry every day. It's used by the U.S. military. It's their weapon of choice. It's used by NATO forces, their weapon of choice. And it's the top-selling, high-capacity, micro-compact pistol, consistently ranking ahead of any competitor, not that they have one. Anyway, on this show, we're a 6-hour family. Sweet Baby James has his, and of course, Linda owns the P365 Rose Special Edition, whatever that is. I don't even know.
It's beautiful. That's what it is.
It's beautiful.
And I have all my safety skills.
And you still have the yips because you don't listen to your boss.
I don't have the yips. I have the yips occasionally. I'm much better.
You drop your shoulder. I've seen the videos. Anyway, buy American Made by 6 Hour. Go to 6hour.com/Hannity. You'll get a discount and a list of dealers where you live.
Are you sick of winning yet? Me either. World leaders, union, businesses, social media, they all want to work with Trump. He said what he was going to do, and then he did it. The White House is open for business, and America is back. Hannity's on right now.
See website for details. BillSnapper.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and your bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
I think that version that depends. The one he's talking about, I believe, is 9mm.
Credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us? BillSnapper.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My Brett said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
Excuse me.
Guess what? I went to billshappen.com and we're getting our money tomorrow. That's fast. Problem solved. If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com.
Oh, the traffic catching rush hour here.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
My name is Preston James. I've been a stock options trader for 23 years. I used to be an active swing trader, but that all changed once I discovered my Money Press weekly paycheck method. These days, I'm a passive trader, hauling in more cash while being able to sleep at night than I ever dreamed possible. I'm passionate about the market, and I like to keep it simple. My methods are changing thousands of lives, and I'm confident they can change yours.
Today's draft day, isn't it?
That's accountproof.com. You'll see a 7-minute video revealing how my Money Press method grew a $54,000 account to $174,000 in less than 9 months. That works out to 5.8% per week. You'll see the proof right inside my real brokerage account. This isn't about overnight riches, but once you discover this for yourself, you can start on the same path overnight. You're 7 minutes away from changing everything you thought you knew about trading and investing. Go to accountproof.com to get started. That's accountproof.com.
Business owners, tired of slow banks, piles of paperwork, and credit-based loan denials? At Signet Capital Group, funding is based on your revenue.
Well, I moved Tigers into tied for first place with Cleveland in the division.
Understand small business. You need to be in business at least 1 year and averaging $50,000
Part of my own hair too. You see my haircut? Here, let me show you.
no obligation. That's SIG.
Needed one bad. My barber's ill again, so I've been using another guy, but he cut it pretty short.
Frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is
that part of there?
Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse.
Cleaned up the beard a little bit.
This is why MetaShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MetaShare is proven. You can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MetaShare is the gold.
Is today's Vinny's birthday?
It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind.
I didn't look. I haven't been on Facebook. Usually Facebook will tell you.
It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy.
You're gonna want me in the local lanes.
Within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 844-57-BIBLE. That's 844-57-BIBLE. 844-57-BIBLE. Larry Oak here. You know, one of the most rewarding parts of sharing Relief Factor with you is hearing real stories like that of Sandra. She tells us, I've been hearing about Relief Factor on the radio for a couple of years, and I finally decided to try it. It's nothing else until my back pain. I know the feeling. With a 3-week quick start, she said, I went for it. Now I feel like a new person. That's Sandra's own words, and it's so gratifying to hear. I've told you about my brother Kurt having difficulty going up and down the stairs in the morning. He wouldn't listen to me. I told him to take Relief Factor. He finally did. He had better, feeling stronger. Too bad he didn't listen earlier. Try it for yourself. The 3-week quick start. And see how Relief Factor can be your game changer too. It is only $19.95. Think about it. Do the math. Less than $1 a day. So call 800-4RELIEF. That's 800, the number 4RELIEF. Or to relieffactor.com. All one word, relieffactor.com. How would it feel to be out of pain? 800-4RELIEF, relieffactor.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And on the Sirius XM app.
Right, because, you know, the one and only Bill O'Reilly showing up at Nerd Prom, the Washington or the White House Correspondents' Dinner this weekend. My record will remain perfect. I've never gone, I'm never going. The ideal, maybe middle ground to me would be following the Reagan model. When President Reagan armed the Nicaraguan freedom fighters, the Contra rebels, they were very successful. When Reagan armed the Mujahideen in their fight with the former Soviet Union and provided them Stinger missiles, that they ended up winning that war. Russia lost that war. The former Soviet Union lost that war. From my sources, I've learned that it's been very difficult to achieve that goal because of Quds forces, Iranian Revolutionary Guards forces, because the Kurds are stealing whatever they can get their hands on, though that's been somewhat complicated. And if the Iranian people rise up against the military faction, they're just going to be mowed down. So that makes it even more complicated.
The problem is that this is not a tough negotiation for the Quds Force, for the Revolutionary Guard. All they have to do is allow weapons inspectors in. That's the primary goal of the Trump administration. Just like the weapons inspectors from Austria go in on a regular basis and monitor what you are doing with your nukes and missiles. That's not unreasonable, and it's easily done, yet they won't do it. So, again, they're going to have to be cajoled to do it. And
that's your word of the day? Cajoled into doing it, yes.
Yeah, that's what they're working on now. So
well, why? All right, so try to bring me into the mindset that they would stop the planned assassination,
I don't see his birthday
execution of these 8 women at the request of President Trump. And then on the other hand, they have this intramural battle going on.
Let me see if I have his birthday in his contact.
They have a very difficult means of communicating not only with us, but with each other, which is what the Pakistani Prime Minister has been telling us. So you're getting mixed signals left, right, and sideways on what they want to have happen. The end result is the president can end this any day he wants. And I don't envy this decision for him because I think I know how it's going to end. And I think he's trying to avoid it at all costs, and he'll pursue any possible avenue to prevent what is likely to end up happening.
I don't disagree with that, but there's no downside.
Well, we're in the outskirts.
So that's not a hard decision.
This is a suburb called Maple Heights.
Just given into a request from the President of the United States that is viewed as weakness to them.
Probably go to Harry's Steakhouse after we get our work done if it's not too late.
They have no problem strapping bombs on their own kids and telling them to
517. Mine's 517.
And promising them 72 virgins in heaven.
But in this case, they don't want to die. And so I don't think that was a difficult decision to make for them. But the unbelievably hard decision is how you force them to let the weapons inspectors in, because that is a loss of face to them. They would lose credibility in the Arab world, particularly among the Wahhabis. Now, I think it'll happen. You think it'll happen, but we don't know how it's going to happen, which is frustrating.
I'm not frustrated. I want to be hopeful. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm anticipating the worst. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, but the worst.
You know what's funny is the building on in Green Springs is on Broadway Street, and this one's on Broadway Avenue, 2 hours away.
And I mentioned China. Remember, that's coming up pretty fast. That summit. I mean, how horrible is that?
I did a lot on it yesterday and the night before that. Horrible.
Yeah. I mean, it's with this guy.
Bill, there are three groups of Americans that want that. The Democratic Party, the legacy media mob, and these weirdo isolationists that would, have no problem handing off a nuclear-armed Iran to their kids and grandkids. And they are all meaningless voices to me because they lack all reason, all common sense. Mr. O'Reilly, good luck at Nerd Prom. Have fun. I've never been there, never will be there, and I'm sure you'll miss me. Make your presence known, and send my best regards to all the jackasses you'll run into.
All right, if you get a text from me, man, you want to come up? Because I might need some martial arts guy.
I can send my sensei. I mean, you can hire him. He'll come. I'm not going. I mean, you're basically begging me to go and defend you.
Even if your pal's getting beat up by Jake Town.
That might be the only reason I would go. If you really did need protection, I would go there and I'd kick some ass for you.
There you go.
Damn, look at this truck. Ooh, damn, that's pretty.
Bill O'Reilly, all things Bill O'Reilly at BillO'Reilly.com.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I couldn't grab the phone in time, so I left it up.
Gas prices are killing your budget.
They go
Groceries cost more
F550.
than ever, and your credit card debt just keeps on growing. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, JetBlue has urgent news for you. JetBlue is now notifying consumers about debt relief options that could eliminate a large portion of your credit card debt. No bankruptcy, no consolidation loan. You may only pay back a fraction of what you owe, even with bad credit. JetBlue has already helped hundreds of thousands of Americans break free from crushing debt. So whether you owe $10,000 or $100,000, relief may be available right now. But you must act every day you wait. The interest grows. Call JetBlue right now at 800-200-2603. That's 800-200-2603. Find out in the first free call how much you could save. Call 800-200-2603. That's 800-200-2603. 800-200-2603. In a world drowning in AI everything, where your news feeds and shows get faked and filtered, there's still one place showing real stories, real moments, live. Reels Plus, home to America's #1 cable entertainment program, On Patrol Live, capturing police in real time across the U.S., plus thousands of hours of true crime, policing, and celebrity stories. So escape the fake and choose what's real. Subscribe now for just $4.99.
All right, I'm going to leave you on with the radio for now. I'll be back in a second.
That's Reels with a Z, or anywhere you get your streaming apps. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-848-1331. That's 800-848-1331. 800-848-1331. Got a backyard project or lawn to tend? For over 50 years, VP Racing Fuels has dominated racetracks around the world. Did you know your trimmer, chainsaw, or blower is a little air-cooled race engine, making VP Racing Fuels the logical choice to fuel it? Our specially formulated fuels promote smooth first starts and longer performing engine life. Available now at all your local retailers. Don't let low-quality fuels stall your weekend. When it matters most, choose VP Racing Small Engine Fuels.
Are you sitting on a fortune and don't even know it? That rare cling collection in the safe, that Cartier bracelet or vintage Tiffany lamp collecting dust, those pieces could be worth far more than you can imagine. For more than 30 years, Tangible Investments has helped collectors and families across America unlock the hidden value in their rare coins, fine jewelry, art, and antiques. Founder Sil DeGenova has completed over $2 billion in transactions and has built a legendary reputation for paying top dollar, professionally, securely, and with absolute discretion. And
That's why you'll see him featured on CNBC, the History and Discovery channels, and quoted in the Wall Street Journal, and why Tangible Investments has bought billions in collectibles. Gold and collectible markets are at historic highs. Whether you've inherited a collection, managing an estate, or simply want to know what your collection is worth, call 800-711-2800. That's 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800 for a free, no-obligation appraisal. Before you sell, call SIL. Tangible Investments.
At Audio Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value for your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
This is Sirius XM Patriots, channel 125.
Check out the show 24/7. Download it to your iPod via Hannity Insider at Hannity.com.
All right, 25 now till the top of the hour. 800-941-SEAN, our number if you want to be a part of the program. Listen, if you find yourself living paycheck to paycheck and even putting bare necessities on high-interest credit cards, you've got to get out of that debt spiral that you're in. And if you're a homeowner, you can. And you get a free, no pressure, no obligation consultation from our friends at AmericanFinancing.net. They have created just for you what's called the Smart Equity Loan. And that means you don't have to give up your 2, 3, 4%, 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Nope. They will work with you to get your finances back on track, get rid of 20, 21, 25% interest rates, and you'll have one predictable monthly payment between 5, 6% interest rate versus 20, 25%. And there's no upfront fee. They're saving their average customer $800 a month. That's nearly $10,000 a year. And again, no pressure, a free consultation from AmericanFinancing.net. Call them now, 866-615-9200, 866-615-9200. On the web, it's AmericanFinancing.net/Hannity.
NMLS 182334, NMLS Consumer Access.org, APR for rates in the 5-star at 6.327% for well-qualified borrowers. Call 866-615-9200 for details of our credit calls and terms, or visit AmericanFinancing.net/Hannity. Average savings based on borrowers receive $199.99.
All right. Now, this is a very special person we're going to put on first, and we'll get to your calls, 800-941-SEAN. So today is Take Your Child to Work Day. Is that what they call it, Linda? Take your children to work day? Something
Yes,
like
National Take Your Kid to Work Day.
that? Okay. And I noticed that there was one question to Hakeem Jeffries by some fake news CNN reporter, and it was to Hakeem Jeffries. Why is the Democratic Party so miserably unpopular? It was like 10 years old. It was great. So you brought your youngest son, Liam, and it seems like it was yesterday when Liam was born, with you to work today. Is that correct?
It is indeed.
Liam, can you hear me?
Yes.
How old are you now, Liam?
10.
Wow, you're getting big, and you love football, and I've seen videos of you playing football. You're really good at football.
Yeah.
And now, you know what it means to cross the plane in football, right?
Forget.
To cross the goal line, right? When, that means you get a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you kick a field goal, how many points is that?
3.
And if you kick an extra point, how many points do you get for that kick?
1.
Okay. And if you get a touchdown, how many points do you get? Do you know that your mom does not know any of this, or at least a year ago was not able to answer any of those questions? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
And yet she goes to most of your football games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what grade are you in now, Liam?
5th.
Fifth grade. Wow, you're getting big. You're getting big. Do you like school?
Kinda.
Okay, that's a fair answer. Kind of, but not kind of. You like being with your friends, but you don't like the school part, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you like lunch period, and you like gym, and nothing else.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Yes, you and I are exactly alike. I was exactly like you when I was your age. All right, so, by the way, at home, if you're going to get in trouble, would you rather get in trouble by dad or mom?
Mom.
Really?
Yeah.
If you want junk food, who are you going to go to, dad or mom?
Dad.
Who's funnier, dad or mom?
Probably Dad. What?
Wow.
That is fake news, bro.
Will you please leave this? Oh, stop pressuring.
You got to drive home with mom. You better be careful.
Why are you threatening your child? It's unfair.
It's good. It's good for them to grow up with a little fear.
A number of years ago, you probably don't remember, you were on this program, and up to that point in your life, you had not tasted McDonald's French fries.
Yeah.
Because your mom makes air fried French fries, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then finally, I made it so that you could have McDonald's French fries. And I asked you about it on the air. And we have the tape of it. And when I asked you, I said, well, which French fries do you like better? You said, oh, by far McDonald's. Do you remember that?
Yup.
If you have a choice today, what do you prefer? McDonald's or mom's French fries?
Mom's French fries. Oh, we have put it to
Liam,
bed.
At the very beginning, we said, you got to tell the truth. Don't worry about your mom's feelings. You really do like McDonald's fries better. Be honest.
No, I like Mom's French fries better. This is a good day. This is a victorious day. National Take Your Kid to Work
What's
Day.
happened is in the interceding 5 years, you have indoctrinated this poor young man into believing that air-fried French fries taste better than McDonald's French fries, and they don't.
Listen, he's
They
a
just simply
strong,
don't.
football-playing, toxic masculinity, conservative child who happens to like air-fried French fries.
Apparently not, because no toxic masculinity guy is going to use air-fried French fries over McDonald's French fries.
They're pretty good,
Have you
I'm
ever
telling
tried-
you.
Have you ever been to Wendy's, Liam?
Yup.
Whose French fries you like better, Mom's or Wendy's?
Mom's.
Is your mom sitting there in front of you?
I am
like,
not even
telling
sitting
you?
next to him. I'm in a different position so I can talk on the mic at the same time.
I'm not buying it. I think that's fake news, CNN, MSDNC news. I'm not buying it for a second. All right. How scary is your mom when she gets mad? 10 being the scariest on a scale of 1 to 10.
Usually like a 6 or a 5.
When she's really mad.
8, 8.5.
When she's really, really mad.
9.5. Seems like a sliding scale here.
Now, do you think your mom says words that are funny like coffee, sauce, pork, New York? Do you think she has a little bit of an accent?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, Liam. Enjoy your day. You're a great young man. We're very proud of you. We're proud of your football. You're going to do great things with your life. I can tell you that.
Thank you.
And there's no way am I going to believe that you like Mom's French fries better than McDonald's. You want to revise and extend your remarks on that?
Nope. It's holding strong. You know what I'm going to do for you, Sean? Just
Have you ever had a quarter pounder
Wait,
with
I was
cheese
in the
in
middle
it?
of sentence. There's a sentence. Is this thing on? Is it working? Hello?
No, it's not.
I'm going to
Liam,
send
did
you
ever
air
try
fried
a
French
quarter
fries
pounder with
via
cheese?
FedEx. I'm going to send the ones I make for you.
Wait, what? I can't hear it over the talking.
That's normal. Have you ever tried a McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese?
Yes.
Do you like it?
No.
Oh boy.
That's my boy. Raising him right.
This kid. Did your mom ever give you a kale shake?
I don't think so. That would be a no.
A green shake.
That's the one thing I haven't mastered. None of my kids are good greens eaters, except for Olivia. The boys just will not eat the greens.
What about an orange shake? Has your mom ever given you an orange shake?
Does OJ count?
Yeah, I mean, did she like make one at home?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think I ever have. I told him I'm going to make him pina coladas one of these days. Virgin pina coladas.
Next time I see you, Liam, we're going to McDonald's together, okay? Promise. Deal? You remember one day when your mom came home and she had all
right.
those choo-choo trains?
We're going to head over to the housing. We're just going to check it out. And then I'm going to bring the keys back up here.
You don't remember getting a whole bunch of choo-choo trains at once?
He was like 3. He was a baby.
Everything, you know. All right, Liam. Have a great day with your mama today, okay? And always be a good boy. Listen to your mom and dad. And your Uncle Sean, really, you should listen to him the most. That's my advice. Eat more McDonald's and steak and eggs. If you own a business, you know what it's like. Before you can even open those doors, you got to get this insurance and that insurance and this insurance and that insurance. And you can't deal with one agent. You got to deal with 5 agents. It's worse than dealing with the healthcare system, to be honest with you. And you just want to get your business up and running and simplify the process. That's where Supersure.com comes in. It's one agent for all the insurances that you're going to need. And here's the worst part. And all of us know people, they think they're insured. Something happens. They make a claim. And then the insurance of the agent and the company will say, oh, no, you're not covered for that. They'll go back and read your policy. Well, nobody ever reads their insurance policy. And if you did read it, you wouldn't understand it. You know, the fine print in these policies is nauseating. And this is what Supersure has done so brilliantly. They will upfront for free, no obligation at all whatsoever. You go to Supersure.com. You give them a copy of all the insurance you have in your business. They will run it through their AI software program that they built, they designed. I've seen it in action. It is phenomenal. And it will spit out all of that fine print in plain English so you know exactly what you need, what's covered, what's not covered, what you thought was covered and is not covered. It'll all be there and you will understand all of it. And then at the end of the day, Supersure will give you options on how to save money, how to be comprehensively insured and not overpaying, and making sure if God forbid something happens, you will be covered. Just go to supersure.com/Hannity. Again, all of that's for free and you have nothing to lose. Supersure.com/Hannity today.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
All right, quick break, right back to our phones. It's toll-free, 800-941-SEAN, our number if you want to be a part of the program.
Final Hour Roundup is next. You do not want to miss it. And stay tuned for the Final Hour free-for-all on the Sean Hannity Show.
Seems to be working now.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS.
Would you have to refresh it?
To be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
Might have connected to the my phone might have connected to the Wi-Fi at the facility there for a minute. Looks like it's streaming though. I can see it on my secondary device.
In your car, at work, or with your kids, no matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4181.
Just refresh it or close it out and open it again.
TRA can eliminate or
I'm just going to look at the building. She just gave me the keys to the building. I'm going to go check it out.
Now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4181. That's 800-575-4181.
Fuckers running red lights here. I ain't doing that.
For real people. How many times are you going to walk into that outdated bathroom and think, I really need a bathroom makeover? Stop putting it off and transform your bathroom and your life in as little as one day.
Come back.
Beautiful, affordable shower makeover from Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Choose from custom designs tailored to your budget and style, including safety-focused features for beauty and peace of mind.
I've had a great experience from start to finish. The crew that came in, they were so professional. This looks like a marble, beautiful, new shower, and it was done all in one day.
Right now, we're waiving all installation costs, plus offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule
this is Maple Heights.
Consultation and quote. Call 800-384-3341. That's 800-384-3341. 800-384-3341.
Kind of a more of a light industrial or industrial type suburb.
Subject to credit approval. No interest on payments if paid in full within 12 months.
The building was.
Not all will qualify. Call for details.
When I was a kid, my
a hotel or
used to say to
something.
my grandma, I love you to the moon and back. Then he used to say it to my mom, I love you to the moon and back. It always symbolized his deep love for the mother of his children and the mother of his grandchildren. So this Mother's Day, I've created a beautiful to the moon and back sterling silver diamond necklace. I wish you could see it right now. Wait, you can.
Oh, that shit hurts. Believe me.
And see the silhouette of
I was going through something similar pretty recently.
heart. It's engraved with "I love
Dude,
you to the moon and back"
really?
right on the other side. A thought you'll hold next to her heart every day.
Fucking
Tell
moron.
the mothers in your life that you love them to the moon and back, just like my grandfather did. It's only $148. Shipped for free in my signature black gift box. Visit us at the other corner of 8th and Walnut in Philly, or at the Village of Newtown in Bucks County, or online at IHateStevensinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelry.
Left my glasses in there.
IHateStevensinger.com.
Realized.
Larry over here. Let me share Brian's story from Alabama, my mom's home state. He tells us after taking Relief Factor for just 3 weeks, at least 90% of my pain is gone. My pain has started to limit me at work and at home, and now I'm amazed
what is
at
this
how much
address?
relief
Damn it.
I've gotten. End of quote. These are Brian's own words, and they speak volumes about what Relief Factor can do for you. I've told you about my buddy Tom, an avid golfer, out on the green almost every single day. He says without Relief Factor, he wouldn't be able to swing freely because of shoulder pain or back pain. But since taking it, he said he stayed active, comfortable, and confident in his swing. He is a scratch golfer. That's why I encourage you to try Relief Factor yourself and see what it can do for you. Don't wait. If you're dealing with daily pain, launch your 3-week quick start and see what Relief Factor can do for you. 800-4-RELIEF, 800 the number 4-RELIEF, or go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com. How would it feel to be out of pain? 800-4-RELIEF, relieffactor.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Sirius XM Patriot, channel 125.
Can't see the address. Oh, it's gotta be it. There's a ton of shit on the fucking porch there.
Busy phones, toll free. It's 800-941-SEAN. Bill, Nevada, next Sean Hannity Show. Hi.
Yeah, how you doing, Sean? Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you. What's going on?
Well, I just noticed in the recent weeks that people and commentators are kind of grappling and wrestling with, is this a justified war? And I think it's more than justified. I mean, I think it's righteous. I think that America is on the morally correct side of a holy war. And it's a holy war, by the way, that...
Yeah, let me go check it out real quick. I'll be right back.
It very much does. And I think that, whether or not people want to admit it, it's freedom versus bondage, too. I think that's really the core of the conflict.
Listen, it's an ideological war in the sense that you have radical Islamists that believe in convert or die, that think they are on... If there's a holy war, it's on their side. They think God is compelling them to kill innocent men, women, and children, and will reward them with 72 virgins in heaven. You can't have a rational discussion with madness. That is madness. And I spoke to a couple of people that with the highest degree of clearance, and I just asked them one question without them revealing anything to me, and they all say the same thing. Sean, the president had no voice. That's it. And that's what Steve Witkoff told me on this radio program and on TV. The president had no choice here. And for those that would be willing to live in a world with a nuclear-armed Iran for our children and grandchildren, I have nothing to say to stupid. I just don't. I have no patience for them.
Say one more thing.
All right, Bill. Appreciate the call. Kevin, Texas. God bless Texas. What's up, Kevin?
Hi, Sean. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Threading the needle is exactly what I wanted to ask you about, because I think the one thing that President Trump cannot do is to turn 92 million Iranians into 92 million Iranian refugees, right? Iran has to remain salvageable. I won't ask you how you think it's going to end, because you said you think you know, but if that were the case, where would they go? I just don't think. I think it has to remain a habitable country.
Look, I'm hoping for a negotiated settlement that would work, but one that meets the president's conditions. Otherwise, it's not going to work in the long run. I'm hopeful we can get somewhere at that point. However, I'm a realist. I think the odds are lower, and I think their radicalism, their indoctrination will, in the end, probably prevent them from doing the smart thing for themselves. They don't care about the people in their country already. They've been oppressing them for 47 years. And so I have hope. However, realistically, I'm expecting the worst. I'm hoping for the best, expecting the worst.
So here's my fear. If the Democrat Party gets back into power, that they would invite, this is probably going to sound terrible, they would invite these refugees here. because we're the only country that has immigration laws that we apparently don't enforce.
We're not taking in 90 million people, but there would be a worldwide need for massive humanitarian assistance, especially in the short term, probably longer than we'd all like, and probably an effort if they can replace the radicals that have been in power and that totally wiped out. There probably would be a new formation of government, and we probably would aid and abet in the rebuilding of their economy through their oil industry. And with the best, brightest, smartest minds from around the world, that probably can be done fairly expeditiously. It would not be the best case scenario, but probably a very possible one. I think there's no doubt about it. Devin, appreciate you, man. Thank you. 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. Let's say hi to Dave in Maryland. Dave, how are you? Glad you called, sir.
Hi, Sean. I just want to express, we're at a standstill with this blockade. And the original thing that Trump said was to take out all the oil fields. And then he realized we can't do that because they have no economy then. So he went to the bridges and the electric plants, and then they lined their children and mothers along the bridges and electric plants. We can't announce what we're going to do. These people won't negotiate, and we got like a tenth of their nuclear that we want to hand to us and have inspectors. Here's my idea. We simply don't announce anything, and we bomb 5 oil plants. We take them out. And then in 3 or 2 days, we don't let them know which ones. They put all the women and children on the bridges they want. And then we're going to bomb. In 2 or 3 days, we're going to take out 5 more oil plants. They have 150 operating oil plants currently, and they have 200 that aren't operating because they're broke and they can't open them. You have to hit them in their economy. The next couple of days, you're going to hit 5 more. So now you've knocked out 15 of their oil production, 15 oil areas. Now 10% of their revenues are gone. So what my suggestion is, you simply say that, are you ready to give us that uranium and have the inspectors? You don't tell them this is a deal and you have 5 days. They don't care. I mean, what you'll simply do then is restart the process. You'll bomb 5 more, and there's 150 of them. You can do them anywhere. Israel can help, or anybody else who wants to. We take out 5 more, and then another 3 to 2 days, we take out 5 more. Now we're up to 20% of your oil capacity, and that's 2.5, 3 weeks we can do it, and then they generally.
No, actually, we could do that in about 20 minutes total.
Oh, true. That's true, but the gradual it'll make them think.
Listen, I like your idea. I think you'd be sending message after message after message without wiping it out at once. You're saying, okay, here's 10% gone, 20% gone, 30% gone. Do you really want us to go all the way? And each moment they'd be given a moment of truth that they have to face and a reality that they've been unwilling to face. However, it is a death cult. This is where a lot of people make their mistake. You think you can reason with indoctrinated, brainwashed, radical Islamists, and you're not many don't understand their mindset. At some point, you would think with 3 tiers of leadership wiped out, maybe this tier would think, I don't want to die. But in their mindset, they think that 72 virgins await them, so they might go for the full 100%, which is sad. This is why the comparison, the Nazi comparison, if you can neutralize Hitler before he kills millions, would you be wise to do it? Because that's what we're doing here. And I talk to people that have the highest security clearances, and they all tell me the same thing. The president had no choice. Anyway, my friend, I like your thinking. I really do. All right, quick break, right back to our phones. It's toll-free, 800-941-SEAN, our number if you want to be a part of the program.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up?
That's a lot. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all?
All right. That was pretty easy.
That explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-848-1331.
All right, let's head back over there and go grab a bite.
800-848-1331.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking that's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention
there's a stop sign at the end of the road.
Trust and Will makes estate planning way less intimidating than it sounds. Modern attorney-designed wills and trusts that are even created online. The process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com.
Well, there's cables already going to the house, so that's a good thing.
That's trustandwill.com/patriot for 20% off. Trustandwill.com/PATRIOT.
And under our leadership, the forgotten men and women will be forgotten no longer. With your help, your love, and your vote, we will put America first, and we will make America great again. Freedom never gets old. Celebrating America 250, Sirius XM Patriot.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The U.S. ratchets up a standoff with Iran in the Strait of Hormuz.
The Defense Department says the U.S. military has seized another tanker linked to the smuggling of Iranian oil.
Motor Vessel Majestic X, we intend to conduct the boarding of your vessel.
Officials released video of U.S. forces on the deck of the oil tanker Majestic X seized Thursday in the Indian Ocean, in the same area where U.S. troops seized another oil tanker headed to China. There was no immediate response.
Looks doable.
On Wednesday, Iran attacked 3 cargo ships in the Strait of Hormuz, capturing 2 of them. The standoff between the U.S. and Iran has effectively cut off nearly all exports through the strait, and gas prices have skyrocketed. I'm Donna Warner.
Yeah, that was a garbage truck.
Were injured Thursday as 2 groups of
it's a narrow road there. Man, they could almost fucking like 1.5 miles away. They could almost walk to their meetings in the morning.
In a major policy shift, the Trump administration
that's a big car wash. Big for a self-serve car wash. That's pretty large.
As a less dangerous drug. White House correspondent Greg Twinston reports.
The move does not legalize marijuana for medical or recreational use under U.S. law, but the order changes the way marijuana is regulated, shifting licensed medical marijuana from Schedule 1 to the less strictly regulated Schedule 3. President Trump has promised to expand Americans' access to medical treatment options. Critics say the order sends a confusing message about the dangers of marijuana. Greg Clugston, Washington.
On Wall
the
Street,
dangers of marijuana. Stop with that.
Down by 179 points. The Nasdaq dropped 2.
They need to just stop with that.
With the S&P 500 lower by 29.
Yeah, kind of like a halfway house. So they call it sober living. They're still required to go to meetings while they're living there. Oh shit. Yeah, they're still required to go to treatment, stuff like that while they're living there. But insurance pays for it. Medicaid.
So I hung up. Later, I found out that debt settlement is bad, real bad. Then I learned that there is a right way to pay off your credit cards. It's called a debt management program from the great team at Trinity. Trinity had a plan. In the end, I paid off my bills, I saved thousands, and I even
it is a medicine.
If credit card debt has you down, call
I mean, just like anything else.
My name is Heather. Please.
Even alcohol has medicinal purposes, but
debt management.
1-800-990-6976.
That's parked in the road here, really?
We may be on the verge of a golden age for nuclear power.
They go sign right there where he's parked saying no parking.
Nuclear power is seeing a global revival. About 400 reactors are operational in 31 countries, and about 70 more are under construction.
Nuclear power accounts for about 10% of the world's electricity. The International Energy Agency's executive director says while Chernobyl and Japan's Fukushima disaster diminished the appetite for nuclear power, it was clear years ago that there would probably be a revival. Rich Thomason reporting.
Renowned American conductor and composer Michael Tilson Thomas has died at the age of 81. The spokesperson Connie Schumann says Tilson Thomas died Wednesday night. He led orchestras in Buffalo, Miami, London, and San Francisco. News.
All right, let me give her the keys and let her know.
From Washington.
Let me get on the phone with
With the high price of new and used cars today, many drivers are choosing to keep their vehicles a lot longer. But with the average car now over 12 years old, most manufacturers' warranties have expired. I'm Danica Patrick. If your car is out of warranty, a single trip to the mechanic could cost you thousands. That's why smart drivers choose Endurance. If your vehicle is less than 20 years old, no matter the mileage, Endurance could have your car covered for the drivetrain, electrical, AC, transmission, and more. And Endurance is with you every step of the way, from filing a claim to paying the mechanic of your choice directly. And your rate won't go up no matter how many claims you file. Call Endurance now and choose the plan that fits your budget. Act now and get 1 year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value free.
For your fast free quote, call 800-458-1375. 800-458-1375. 800-458-1375.
Coverage varies by plan, view contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife, and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Slater.
Well, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be dying higher than a tail I know. And if you want a little bang in your yin, you can come along.
All right. All right, time for a steak.
Israeli government evil.
I am bold. What you send me? Wife sent me a message while I was in there.
And that's why I'm funding it. Do you still believe in democratic socialism? Do you still think it can be effective? I believe in it even more than I did the day before. And that's because of the fact that it is focused on the needs of working people.
Freedom is back in style. Welcome to the revolution.
Yeah, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song.
The new Sean Hannity Show. More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold, inspired solutions for America. Coming up next, our final news roundup and information overload hour.
All right, news roundup and information overload hour. Toll-free, our number is 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. The person that defines Pennsylvania politics. There's nobody that knows Pennsylvania as well as Selena Zito. She will join us in a minute. He was the first person to tell me that you got to get to know Senator John Fetterman. She actually told me when Fetterman was running against us that he'd be far more formidable, even though he was struggling at that time. And when I had John Fetterman on my podcast, if you ever watched it, watch Hanging Out with Sean Hannity. And the first thing I said to him, I apologized to him, out of the gate, because I was wrong about him.
Now, there was a lot of indications that kind of concerned me about how left he would be, but he has proven to be the only reasonable Democrat in the U.S. Senate, and it's sad. Now, we are coming up on a deadline as it relates to the issue of the War Powers Act, at least in the minds of the Democrats. And John Fetterman actually brought it up on his own when he was on my TV show on Monday, and here's what he said.
It's almost as if, we've forgotten on the Democratic side that the real enemy, the real threat, the real danger is Iran and its proxies too. And every single
How many
Democrat,
customers does Trump
we
Mobile
want to
have?
break Iran. We make sure they never acquire a nuclear bomb as we are pushing that 60 day of the war powers in the law. Iran must be so excited by the American media and the Democratic parties, the way it's like, as long as we can hang on for 60 days, more and more people continue to vote against, the Trump administration to end the Iranian regime. And so why can we be this close and allow them to acquire a nuclear bomb? So that's my real concern.
There's been a deep dive article written by our friend Selena Zito. Now, she, of course, is a national political reporter for the Washington Examiner. She wrote the best-selling book, The Untold Story, and Near Assassination of Donald Trump. She was right there in the front row, right next to Donald Trump when that assassination attempt occurred in Butler. That was a best-selling book. And in this op-ed, he takes a long, hard, deep dive into Senator Fetterman. Pretty much everybody in the left and right has a strong opinion about Fetterman. I can tell you that I was wrong about Fetterman. The left...
The Constitution does not enumerate any power to retrocede such territories back to state governments. Constitution says it goes one way. Once it's theirs, you can't give it back, at least not according to the Constitution. So this bill follows the narrow passage of a partisan redistricting referendum in Virginia. The newly proposed map would make Democrat candidates favored to win 10 out of Virginia's 11 congressional districts in a state that, absent the vote of D.C. bureaucrats, would have a substantial Republican majority. The retroceded areas of Arlington and Alexandria alone contribute roughly 250,000 D.C. votes in Virginia statewide elections, votes that belong to Washington, D.C. So he said the Constitution never authorized this, to carve out pieces of the federal district and then give them back to the state. Democrats have spent years manipulating maps and boundaries to rig elections all over the country. Look what happened to California once they got their hands on it. The Make D.C. Square Again Act restores the original 10-mile square district and ends the artificial advantage that Virginia Democrats have recently gained from all of the federal bureaucrats moving into Virginia. All the D.C. people don't want the D.C. taxes, and they don't want the D.C. lifestyle, so they want the D.C. policies. They just don't want any repercussions for that, so they just go around to the surrounding areas like Virginia and Maryland and elsewhere. So here are some key facts. It says the Enclave Clause grants Congress exclusive legislative authority over a district not exceeding 10 square miles. It has no authority to give that territory back. In 1846, Congress unconstitutionally ceded Alexandria County, now Arlington County, and the city of Alexandria back over to Virginia. Senator Benjamin Wade introduced legislation in 1866. This has been an ongoing battle to repeal the retrocession, and today's bill correctly fixes this unconstitutional error. And so this would restore D.C. as the founders envisioned it and not make it kind of like D.C. Light, where they will then get all of the benefits of suckling off the federal teat and then also get the state representation like in Virginia. So put all the bureaucrats, founders I think were smart about this, in one little playpen. You guys can't leave here, okay? No votes for you. You already get all the money. You already get all of the handouts, all the NGOs, all those billions, if not trillions of dollars of USAID money and all the things. So you're good enough. You don't need anything more than that. And they took it. Now they get all of that, plus the Senate and the House of Representative votes. Now 10 of them, when maybe they should have 5 or 6 at best. So this has been introduced. It's making its way through the Congress. We'll see where it goes. But right now it's been forwarded over to the Judiciary Committee, you can see. And it is going to be reviewed.
Well, I remember this road coming directly from there kind of sucks.
It's HR 8455 to repeal
lots of railroads.
An act to retrocede the county of Alexandria in the District of Columbia to the state of Virginia. So go back from Rich McCormick from Georgia. He just introduced it yesterday. And so this will continue to get populated and make its way through the Congress. And they're not happy about it. So this guy, Don Biden,
speed limit is 35. Like I would ruin my fucking truck by doing 35 on this road.
He is posting this. He said, Rich McCormick's bill is an embarrassing legislative tantrum. It is also unconstitutional and a stupid waste of time. Republicans upset about the illegal passage of a judge in the state said unconstitutional. So we're upset about that. Unhappy about the referendum, should stop whining. Maybe you should stop breaking the law here, Don, as they have no one to blame but themselves. Virginia reacted to Trump's attempts to seize more power in the midterms by empowering voters to respond illegally, unconstitutionally. They're free to do that as long as they follow the proper mechanisms, but they didn't do that. And the judge in Tazewell County struck multiple provisions. He said, well, you combined too many issues into one amendment. You didn't wait the 90-day waiting period. As soon as it passed out of the House, you then put it on the bill, put it on the ballot, and then people started voting for it like 30 days later when we needed 90. Broke the rules in multiple ways. Republicans are so upset at this expression of popular will, barely by like 1%, and people have questions about this election. See all those F codes all over the map. That are attempting to permanently deprive hundreds of thousands of my constituents in your district their right to vote in federal elections. That's okay. They'll go to D.C. and they'll just be there with all the other D.C.ers who don't vote for senators or House of Representatives because they are served by the federal government literally right there. Their contempt for voters is breathtaking. That's Rich from the guy who just stripped.
It's actually called McCracken.
Of their congressional representatives. The American people want Congress to lower their prices and stop Trump's war. Instead, my Republican colleagues keep humiliating themselves for Trump. Voters will remember.
Named after Phil.
So he's big mad about this, and this battle is just going to continue to heat up. So Rich McCormick, the guy who introduced the bill, he said, Don, will you stop crying so much? On the bright side, you can run for mayor now. So don't worry about it. You won't be in Congress, but you can go replace Mayor Muriel Bowser, and you can be the mayor of D.C. Wow. And, of course, D.C. can vote for, mayor and ward members and all that other stuff. And so we'll see ultimately where this goes. The news was talking about it, too, saying here that a Georgia congressman would expand Washington.
No, she missed the bus. She's so mad.
Alexandria. We saw that video. The proposal comes after the redistricting battle. This is a battle that is continuing aggressively. Right now, there's no indication of any support from Congress or from leaders in D.C.
Oh, looks like the bus did stop for her. Good for her.
Not going to be happy about this at all. It'd be a very red state if this happened. And then D.C. would be as blue as always. So it's just like, well, just put the blues with the blues and keep the reds with the reds. Both Arlington and Alexandria are currently
yellow.
in northern Virginia, and they would lose their seat. And all of those blue folks that are up there. Now, this is a real project, okay? So this is over at the AmericanCapitalProject.com. And they got some real good timeline and details on this. They call it a theft, all right? A theft of the land. They say in 1846, a third of the District of Columbia was stolen by the Virginians to appease the slaveholders. So Don, apparently, is siding with the slaveholders. Wow, Don. It is time to right that wrong and return to the borders laid down by George Washington himself. But they hate him. So they give us some background. The law never came into force. Congress required both the town of Alexandria and the county of Arlington to separately vote yes before the retrocession could happen. The town voted for it. The county voted against it. Wow. But the votes were illegally combined to create a false majority. The law said both must agree, and both did it. You're kidding. So you mean they'll just rig the outcomes of elections in their favor? Well, this is not a new phenomenon. It sounds like they've been doing it since the 1840s. Congress also didn't have the power to do this, they said, at the American Capital Project. The Constitution let Congress create a permanent capital, permanent with a P. Once created, that power was spent. Congress can't unpermanent something. The word itself makes no sense. Congress never had the authority to dismantle what it declared would last forever. And the Supreme Court has never ruled on this. In 1875, a case came in front of the Supreme Court that involved retrocession. The court specifically declined to rule on the constitutionality of that law. This is an open question that has never been resolved by any court, and it's been a controversy forever. Presidents Taft and Wilson both sought to undo the retrocession. Taft asked Congress to restore the land. Wilson agreed with this. The AG was ready to sue Virginia to get it done. Only World War I stopped them, and that's not a legal refutation of the case at all. Even Howard Taft said this during the State of the Union in 1912. He said, restore to the District of Columbia the portion of its territory that was taken away by the slaveholders in Virginia. Of course, they argue this is a one-way ratchet. You just click it one way, it can't go the other way. The power to create a permanent seat of government is permanent. Once that ratchet clicked in 1790, it was locked. There is no mechanism to change it back. It comes from Article 1, Section 8. It says that there is the power for Congress to exercise exclusive legislation over a district not exceeding 10 miles square. That becomes the seat of the government of the United States. It authorizes the land. It does not authorize the return of the land. It is one directional. It says constitutional scholar Hannes Taylor.
Oh, that sounds cool.
He said,
I'd like to check it out.
The power to select the seat of the government had been exercised by Congress. The power of Congress over the subject matter was exhausted. They created it. That's the end. The founding fathers chose permanence. In fact, even the Act of July 16, 1790 declared that the district is the permanent seat of the government of the U.S. He said that when Mr. Madison moved in the House of Representatives to strike out the word permanent from this act, he was voted down. Sorry, James Madison. Not allowed to do that. And they had a debate about it. So permanent means permanent. Now, the first Congress, which was packed with framers who had just written the Constitution, made it permanent. This was the inducement that convinced Virginia and Maryland to cede territory at all. And the legislative intent was very clear. It means permanent. In 1830, the Supreme Court decided a case called Van Ness versus City of Washington, addressing the permanence of the founding. Joseph Story, I think the most highly cited justice in American history, he said the city was designed to last in perpetuity. Capitoli immobile saxum. Latin translate to the capital's immovable rock, invoking the Tarpeian rock in ancient Rome, the foundation of Jupiter's temple. And so this echoes the physical reality of the district. When George Washington surveyed the boundaries in 1791, he marked them with 40 massive stone monuments, 1 ton of the Aquia Creek sandstone placed at mile interviews. Those stones are still there today, including the westernmost markers now in Virginia. The boundaries may have been redrawn, but those stones were never moved. Thank you, George. If the Supreme Court recognized the permanence, how could Congress dismantle that 16 years later? The 1846 Act was justified on the grounds that that portion of Virginia was not necessary for federal purposes. That's false. Today, this territory contains a bunch of things. Arlington National Cemetery, the nation's most sacred burial ground. Fort Myer, a critical military installation. The Pentagon, headquarters of the DOD. Reagan National Airport, the primary airport that serves the capital. So this is essential to the seat of government. That's why Virginia needs to give that land back. So how do we do it, you might ask? Well, retrocession requires 3 sequential steps. 1, an act of Congress. We'll see if we can get that done. The bill's been introduced. The Act of July 9, 1846 authorized the return of Virginia to Virginia, but only conditionally. The people of Alexandria County and the town had to vote separately to accept the retrocession. So we have a referendum, so act of Congress, then a referendum. That's what it required. So this is not how we reverse it. Then you had a presidential proclamation. Okay, so once both jurisdictions voted yes, the president would issue a proclamation, and then boom, retrocession becomes official. But the problem is, step 2 never happened. Weird. Oh, the county voted no, but the results were illegally combined. Oh, Virginia, Virginia. Look at this history going back to 1846. Just illegally running elections. In this case,
oh shit! Well, at least the holder didn't fall that time. Just the phone popped out of the holder.
proclamation based on this fraudulent certification, but without the required dual assent, the proclamation had no legal effect. And they also said this was not a direct transfer of territory anyways, even in the act. In one provision, Section 2, it expressly said that it should not be enforced until after the assent of the people of said county and town should be given thereto, and that if a majority of the votes cast in favor of the accepting its provisions, the act should in that case and not otherwise be in full force. So it requires assent of the people of the county and necessary assent of the people of the town. Only then is it in full force. Otherwise, it remains dormant. And here are the vote totals. You can see this. Election rigging in 1846. The published results, total votes 785 for 760. Now, it looks like, wow, it won. The county and the town were separate polities, and the statute required assent from both. Now, here's the real breakdown. In the town,
all right, let me switch this around.
763 votes for.
No, I didn't.
But in Alexandria County, dun 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 dun.
All right, let me go to raid his stream.
So the county said no.
Then I'm gonna go eat. Then I'm gonna do a separate stream for the drive home.
And you have to have the approval of both. Legal. So now it's been fraudulently certified. The December 1846 memorial of the citizens of the country part of Alexandria documented the fraud. Even back then, friends, we've been dealing with this for hundreds of years now. That the country portion of the inhabitants of said county were not consulted upon the matter of the retrocession, the whole proceeding having been concocted and determined upon in secret meeting of the Corporation of Alexandria, an irresponsible body, having no manner of right to act upon the subject. What a bunch of scanners. So that means that the presidential proclamation was factually erroneous. It was based on a false certification. Have we seen that here before? Issued without legal authority, the statutory precondition was never satisfied, and because the condition precedent was never met, the Act of 1846 was never legally entered into force. Supreme Court has never ruled on it, and the court dismissed the challenge on this on estoppel. The plaintiff, a private citizen, waited 25 years to bring a claim. Supreme Court dismissed it, but the court never reached the merits of the claim, saying the government cannot be stopped from asserting its rights. Like, these are governmental rights. Phillips was just some dude. He was a private landowner.
All right, brother.
Claim too long. They said sorry.
Tell him I sent you when you get over there. I'll join you for a few.
Stopped from bringing the claim, but this is not from a landowner. This would come from the president. So the president, with an executive order, Mr. President Trump, he could change everything.